Devad stands alone as the footsteps come down. Creaking wood and musty air mixing together to create a still and terrifying silence. Around the corner, a large man turns, flanked by 4 other guardsmen. Devad wearily lifts his maul, but the fight is quick as he is subdued. Vasher offers no resistance as they throw you over their shoulders like potato sacks, carry you up the stairs, and disappear into the night. I told you were weak, Sebastian. Your eyes open, and all around you are twisting, chaotic energies. The bleak made wholly manifest around you as you see clearly this terrifying nightmare expanse before you. Something just outside your periphery lurks. Huge eyes bearing down, staring at you hungrily. Do you understand the price of your weakness now? It whispers again. Sounds and voices resonating through your head, driving you almost to the point of madness. The thing steps out of the shadows. It is huge. It is a dragon. From the bleak itself, Alazvesh looks down at you. You are in my domain now. Roll me a wisdom save, Sebastian, to see if you are frightened of this creature.
Oh, heck no. All right, give me a second here. Wisdom save. How does a natural 1 sound?
Like a very realistic result.
Spicy.
Something like a cold terror seeps into your skin, dripping through your veins like the ice flows of a frozen river. A cold, damp sweat drips down the back of your neck, and your legs begin to tremble as you back away and fall to the ground. It stands looming above you, huge, massive, predatory. What do you do?
So as I'm falling back, basically crab walking away from this entity, I look at it, and the mere size of it, it's just so big that it seems to like suck my very existence out of me. It makes me feel smaller, minuscule, like a tiny fleck of dust in this powerful creature's presence. Sebastian remembers the fight, remembers feeling helpless. He remembers trying to turn his back to the deal he made with Alazvesh. And he remembers feeling that pain when he tried to break the locket, and truly understands how trapped he is now. He thought he was dead after the fight with the Chimera. He doesn't know where he is now, and as he looks around in this horrifying world of bleak, swirling energy, dark masses and clouds kind of whirling by everywhere, he just looks, and tears stroll on his face, and he just looks to Alazvesh and, What do you want with me? Why? Why did you choose me?
And Alazvesh responds, because you're the one that found me. No other reason. You are not special. You are nothing but a vessel. And he lunges forward, and his teeth slam shut on top of you. Burning heat embraces you. And suddenly you're awake with a start. You're lying in a cell, alone, separated. A single massive oak door cutting you off from whatever might be just outside. and you are alone. Only the prickling sensation of straw on your back lets you know that you're not supposed to be comfortable here. And the dampness that seeps in through the stones lets you know you're somewhere underground.
Kind of shuffle around and try to get my bearings. I'm in this temporary state of not sure what reality is. Was the Alavesh in the bleak reality? Is this reality? Am I dead? I look around, kind of picking my hands through the straw, trying to see, is the room completely black, or do I, because I don't have dark vision, am I kind of just completely blacked out?
It's like it's dark, but there's a single torch kind of ensconced on the wall, so you can't take it off the wall. It's just kind of sitting there hidden behind this like metal grating almost.
So just covered in like sweat and just greasy and dirty looking, I on all fours climb over to this flame, the only source of light that I have in this room, and I just whisper for anybody, for Briff, for Darius, for Dovad. He just wants to know where his friends are.
Briff, you come to, your hands shackled down onto a table, metal bands cutting into your wrist, cold, hard, painful. A single light blinds you as your eyes open, and you are alone.
Can I hear him calling out for me?
No.
When Briff first comes to, he's a bit groggy. He's out of it, not fully aware of what's going on. Just kind of thinking, this is not how I normally wake up. And he's eyes open, and the light catches him. It's like stunning him for a moment there. As he adjusts to it, he feels the cold iron pressing against his skin. And he begins to lift his hands and feels the resistance and extra weight of the chains. And he just curses under his breath, trying to sit up as he can, look around at whatever is around him, see what kind of environment he's in.
You kind of crane your neck, looking from side to side, trying to get a glimpse of anything that might let you know where you are. You see the floor beneath you is a sturdy oak, wooden and finely polished. The table itself is crude, stands out in stark contrast against the room. Obviously not supposed to be here. You can barely crane your head back far enough to see a metal-banded door held firmly in place by thick iron bolts. The torch on the wall, you realize now as you look at it, it's not actually a torch. It's a heavily boarded up window with just a little bit of light able to peek through. You're in some sort of a room, but you can't make out anything besides the fact that there's only one way out of here, and that's through the door behind you. Or tearing down the boards, I guess, but you can't move. Yeah, and as you shift your legs, by the way, you find that they are also chained to this chair. So you're not moving or going anywhere anytime soon.
But it looks like the table and the chair aren't supposed to be here. Like someone moved them in.
Yeah, no, so it looks like if you took a really nice apartment, put really crappy furniture in it, it's just kind of like what the heck is this doing here? It's like the furniture looks terrible, but the room looks like it was once really nice.
Okay, so he kind of turned, analyzing his situation and what kind of what kind of environment he's in, the position he's in. He knows he's captive. He's in some worse wear here. He's tried many times, flirting with such an environment, given his previous line of work, and this a lot of times is that worst case scenario. So, but he also knows that it can happen. He sits there quietly, closes his eyes, trying to calm his head. Still probably throbbing his whole body from just getting beaten again and again at this point. And just trying to keep his cool mind so that when it comes time to do something, he's ready.
Yeah, and as you're kind of like starting to plan your potential escape or making some sort of an action, you realize that also all of your equipment's gone, everything. You're just wearing basically your under tunic, your underclothing, and that probably lets you know most off that you're in hostile territory. Everything that you have is gone. But as you're kind of sitting there starting to plan, you hear the door open behind you, and you hear a deep, rugged voice behind you. A brief will I'll be. And that's where we'll switch over to Darius. Darius, when you woke up, you were in a similar situation as Briff. You were chained down, unable to do anything. And when you awoke, somebody came in behind you. A big man. An orc. An orc who called himself Garrick. He asked you questions. And when you wouldn't speak, he hurt you. Go ahead and roll me 3d10.
All right. That is a 2, a 9, and a 7.
Okay. Explain to me how this orc dealt 18 points of damage to you over the course of the interrogation.
I imagine it wasn't anything overly fancy like a whip or some kind of a thorn flog or anything like that. He came in with a dagger, and at some point when I wouldn't answer, he cut, he stabbed, he twisted. He made me look like a pincushion, basically, is what I'm picturing here.
Yeah, I imagine it was all very superficial too. He didn't want to bleed you out or anything. They were just very, just
very
pain.
jagged scrapes across the skin.
Yeah, thin lacerations and pinprick points of damage of blood ooze from your body. And then he beat you, punching you and kicking you and elbowing you until you were barely able to stand. Now on either side of you, men dressed like him carry you, your feet dragging down towards the cells. They take you down a set of stairs and into a room. Oh, thanks, Garrick, for standing in the way. Over here. They took you down into a room and they tossed you into a cell, into the one on the bottom right there. They took you past this table and threw you in. And in there you could hear nothing for a while until you heard shouting from somewhere near you, muffled. Make me a perception check to see if you can hear.
Will do. That is my passive perception doesn't cut it. That is a 14 though otherwise.
Yeah, so as you press your ear to the door, kind of trying to hear anything beyond there, you can't make out the words, but you can tell that it's Sebastian.
Hearing that, sort of still covered in bleeding wounds, they didn't bother to patch me up, I imagine. He just kind of lets out a sort of gravelly groan and goes, "Quiet down, I hear you." And I try to sort of make myself heard.
Yeah, Sebastian, give me a perception check.
All right, perception. 23.
You hear him. You hear him say, "Quiet down. I hear you."
Darius, where are you? Where are we?
Nowhere good.
Are you all right?
In a manner of speaking, I'm not dead.
Where's Briff? Where's Dovad? Do you see them?
No, I did not. Did see plenty of fists. Okay.
Can you get me out of here? This door, the door seems locked or something.
Did they bind me again, or did they just gonna toss me like a potato sack into the room?
They just tossed you in.
And the door
Sebastian-
is
Sorry, go ahead.
the door's the similar make, I assume, sort of this
metal banded
barred door.
Mm-hmm.
I would need a battering ram, and I don't think I have an abundance of those.
Before you can respond, Sebastian, you hear footsteps approaching your door. Something slams into it. Hey, quiet you!
I just give the man a soft glare before I just settle against the floor, leaning my head against the door. Just sitting there for now.
Yeah, you can't see him. It came from the other side of the door. He slammed on that side of the door and told you to shut up, basically. You can't see the man, but he can obviously hear you guys talking back and forth, and it's not acceptable.
All right, I would hold on a second. Actually, let me make sure I can do this. Reading my abilities. You can. Okay, never mind. I can't do what I wanted to do. Wait, we're not in the same room, right? Like we're across from each other. I can't see him.
Yeah, you can't see him. You're not in the same room.
Right.
You're in different cells, basically.
Perfect. Yeah, then I just quiet down and wait for the guard to go.
Okay. All right. Switching over to you, Alex. You were on observation in the town square when you first got the sending. Young Convokers captured, met with Vasher, taken to Mayor's house, retrieve, remember primary objectives, don't let us down.
I kind of look around nervously. The mayor's house is something that I've been scoping out recently, gathering as much intel as I possibly can, and I sort of from the square walk back to my hideout, where I've been staying in town. Got a little bit of a limp. I'm keeping a low profile. I've got some charcoal smeared on my face. I'm limping a little bit. I look like a quite disheveled elf, someone who's here, who's been a refugee for a little while, living a tough life. I make my way into my sort of home and throw off a sort of dusty tarp that reveals underneath what looks to be a few sacks of potatoes or food, whatever I've scrambled together, and I reach in, pull out my studded leather armor, start strapping it on, hide a dagger in my boot, sling a bow across my back, and a rapier at my side, and kind of crack my neck a little bit. I'm interrupted while I'm doing this by a sound, a squeaking. I kind of look it down and I go, I know you don't like being a rat, Orza. It suits us for the time being. Here, come here. And he kind of puts his hand down, and a little rat scurries up his arm and into the hood of his. We'll get you back in cat form soon enough. And he kind of peeks his head out and then goes, oh, closes the door and mutters a few words under his breath. His appearance shimmers, and his tattered robes or his tattered garments turn into flowing robes as he transforms his image into that of a wizard, a human magicker. He's got an insignia on the side of his arm with that seems to read from the Legion or the guards that are in town as part of the occupying force. And he sort of gives a quick look outside and steps up and approaches the mayor's house at a brisk walk.
Yeah, due to the time you've spent scoping out this place, you've got a pretty good layout of what the mayor's house looks like from the inside. Orza having helped you scope it out. As you swiftly approach its grounds, night swiftly falling, midnight approaching actually, you would see that it's pretty busy right now. The guards are alert. They're walking. You can see them passing in the windows on the second floor. Some of them standing in the front of on the first floor, but nothing you weren't expecting.
All right. So as he approaches, he's going to make his way towards the house and sort of lean against the wall of a building and have Orza kind of scurry out into the street, going from with all the refugees around. I imagine there's a good amount of refuse and just general messiness in the streets, and Orza will go through. His plan is to make it in here stealthily. The disguise is only a last resort if he's discovered. He's going to attempt to sneak in, having monitored ahead of time the guards' rounds. He's going to have Orza be somewhat of a lookout, and as the guards are shifting, he's going to try to discreetly sneak his way in, perhaps through that garden.
Yeah, perfect.
On the southern southeastern side of the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So go ahead and make me a stealth check at advantage, seeing as you've learned the rotations of these guards.
25.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, so the guards, they don't notice you. You swiftly move across the grounds, approaching, dodging between buildings and approaching this manor that it's remained relatively unscathed due to this conflict. And the trees kind of surrounding it, the manor itself, still stand. So you're able to move from tree to tree as you get closer and closer until you move under cover of dusk up and over the wall and into the garden. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, yeah. So you hurdle over the top of this stone barrier essentially, and you are now within the grounds. You see that the doors directly across from you, leading into probably some sort of a parlor, and then the two windows over to your right that go to like a dining room of sorts.
Are the windows? Can I see through the windows?
Yes, you can. You see a guard, none the wiser, walk past on his patrol.
I'm going to go ahead and summon a mage hand on the other side of the window and unlatch it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so this mage hand, I'm guessing you're trying to do this stealthily then?
Yeah, but I want to do it from the inside. So
yeah, so roll me a stealth check, but with intelligence as your modifier. As it's not going to use your dexterity to do so, but instead your skill with magic. And I'm going to have this guard roll a check to see if he can catch you.
13.
Okay, and what's your intelligence modifier?
It's 2.
Okay, you beat the guard's perception of 1. So because he got a 13 also, so you flip the switch, the bolt right as he stops by the window, and he kind of like turns and looks. Doesn't see the spectral hand floating there, doesn't see that the window's been unlatched, and kind of just like, huh. Kind of just shakes his head. Oh, I'm tired. I'm seeing things. You hear him like whispering under his breath as he turns and walks past again.
All right, I slip into the window.
Okay, yeah, you're easily able to pull apart this double window, sliding it backwards quietly, making sure that roll me a luck die, actually. Roll me a D8 luck die to see how squeaky these hinges are.
All right. I got a 4.
4, so that's not too... So it squeaks a little bit, but not like bad or not like not squeaky. So I'm going to have him roll another perception check at disadvantage. Lucky for you because he nat 20 the first roll. Okay, so he got a 3, so he doesn't hear you. Yeah, so you pull the window open either way, and you see him exiting the dining room and moving out near this kind of interior fountain right here in the center by the main door.
Awesome. The map is a little bit blurry in terms of the quality of my internet and how well I can display. So as he's sort of moving in and the guard moves out of the dining room area, he's like climbing into the window and sort of repeating to himself, save the convokers, avoid detection, no killing, leave a sign, get the info. Save the convokers, no detection, no killing, leave a sign, get the info. Takes a few deep breaths. And he's going to go straight for number 1 on his list. And so is there a trap door or a stairs down on this map?
So it doesn't look like a stairs down, but from the room like directly across from this one, you see it's kind of got like the fireplace thing in the center of it and those tables around it. That stairway actually goes down, not up.
Got it.
So you're going to have to go through the main central area and around.
All right. I am going to set Orza loose to sort of follow the guard, who I assume exited north from this room into that hallway since he's making rounds.
Yeah, exactly. He's moving up into this like circular stairway area.
Awesome. So I telepathically can communicate with him, and I'm going to go move up there, cause a diversion. And I'm going to wait by these pillars. And so he's basically going to go in and like crawl up someone's pant leg or something and scurry around and basically like make some mischief so that anyone in this common room would hear shouts or move north to see what's going on. And when that happens, I'm going to try to jet across without being detected.
Yeah, I almost imagine he goes straight to that back's northern eastern corner. That's like the kitchen, and starts running around inside of there. And you hear shouts and screams and Shev's cursing. You watch from his eyes as they start throwing cleavers at him, and several guards come running in, trying to stomp on him. The one who was walking through the central area runs in that direction too. And I'm going to have you do a solo skill challenge. To get yourself to this point. You have to get 2 successes before you get 2 failures.
Okay.
So you think about that while we switch back over to Briff. Briff, this voice behind you, this gruff voice, says, Briff, never thought I'd see you again. And around the corner of the table walks the large orcish man that we saw earlier, Garrick. Roll me an intelligence check, Briff, to see if you can put a name to the face. Well, to see if you can put a history to the face.
I rolled an 8.
An 8? You can't quite put a finger on it, but his face is familiar. You don't know why.
I just kind of look at him and I know he's familiar. He's definitely looks more brutish, and from my experience,
I guess he doesn't have any experience. We just lost him.
He's scared.
Yeah, he's scared senseless. Yeah, based off my experience, now is the time when I just get out because Tyler's gonna hurt me.
In my experience, everything what follows is pain.
So we'll just switch back over then to somebody else while he comes back. Sebastian, you're in this cell. It's dark. You can't see even the corners of the room. The light makes sure that you can't really discern what else is in here with you. Never mind. Okay, he's back. We're gonna go back to him. Sorry, buddy.
Oh man, it's light in here.
Oh man. All right. So
all right.
based off your experience, what is it?
All right, so he's likely some sort of mercenary. You know, from what we've come across so far, and I know I used to basically work as someone who would, you know, gruff people up for some coin here. Let's kind of look at him with this kind of guess on my minds. Sorry. Who are you? I've seen quite a few uglies in my time.
Always one to be quick with the tongues. I remember that. Sadly, it's what got Tagnus in trouble. Filthy traitor that you are. And he walks around the table and stands fully in your view. This big, gruff orc man, and you see tattooed on his collarbone 2 red wings. And you know immediately that this was once a member of the Crimson Angels.
Yeah, I bet that dwarves, being a more gruff people, would have some equally more gruff curse words in their native tongue. And seeing this, I just let slip one under my breath. Just this most foul dwarven curse words. It's like, oh, you know, like, okay, I know this guy recognizes me. You know, I see what's going on here. But I also know his armor doesn't look like this symbol on his chest. Doesn't look like something that that one of the Crimson Angels would wear. But he has that tattoo. Was it on him? So it's kind of this look of recognition pops up in my head as I sit back a little bit more, giving this curious look.
Yeah, and it would strike you as curious because, I mean, Crimson Angels, they have a very specific clothing that they wear. So seeing him in this suggests that he isn't a member anymore. He still bears the tattoo, but he isn't wearing their clothing. You kiss your mother with that mouth, he says as you utter this dwarven curse word. And he just chuckles. And he pulls a chair out of one of the corners and sits down across from you before thunking his axe down in the wood, burying it. Never thought I'd see your sorry face again, Griff. It would have been in your best interest that I didn't. And a convoker, nonetheless, just a different type of bloody angel, isn't it?
To his little remark, to my slip of the tongue there, it's like, nah, kiss yours, though. And lean forward. See, you're no longer with the angels yourself. Just trying to remain calm and collected. I know I'm in no position of power here, but you know, the two of us share this common history. And from the looks of it, we also share, you know, an exit from that common history. So I'm hoping to kind of keep things slanted in my favor with that as much as I can.
Yeah, he would just chuckle as you say, kiss yours, and he would just smile and shake his head. And for all that you're trying to do to keep your head down, he's gonna help you. And his hands close around your hair as he's chuckling, as he slams your head into the ground for the table for 3 points of damage. And he just looks you in the eyes. Say it again. I dare you.
My head kind of rises, and I, it's put on this, this smiles trying to be charismatic here. It's like, to be a bit more specific there. Said a lot of things.
And he just smiles and starts laughing. It would be in your best interest not to crack wise, friend. And he'd sit back in his chair, let go of your hair, not before pulling on it a little bit more. And he would just look at you slowly for a second. You're right. I'm not part of the Angels anymore. Never really wanted to be. Browan kind of went off the deep end, though. And Browan was once the leader. Got all crazy, talking about morals and codes. Ironically enough, I left. He ended up joining the Reclamation too. They're not the Angels anymore, though.
That's what I hear.
He would just kind of nod. So tell me, Briff, what are you doing here? Why are you in Kradik? Why are you a convoker?
You didn't hear the story then. Figured it'd be all talk of the place.
But after betraying Tagnus, sure, I get it. I understand why you'd leave the Angels. But why join the Convokers, moralless person that you are?
Think of the full story then, did you? Guess we never were close. After Tag, stuck around for a little bit, but couldn't do it. Guess it wasn't the... Yeah, I don't need to explain myself to you. After all... Alright. Guess I might as well. I couldn't do it. Things got to me. I was an angel for a long time. It's as long as I could carry a sword. But that gets to you. I'm sure you know. Train Tag wasn't who I was. Convokers, I don't know how that happened. Question that myself right about now. Imagine you've got plenty of reason to understand why, given the current situation. After all, I know you went through my stuff. You wouldn't know I was a convoker otherwise. Took off the insignia. Try and blend in.
Cut the bunch of holier than thou nonsense, Briff. You and I both know that you're not like that. He just shakes his head. Regardless, I don't want to know. I don't even need to know. All I know is you're a convoker, there's a bounty on your head, and the Pale Hunter's coming.
Hearing that the Pale Hunter's coming, Briff nervously, very nervously begins to almost like chuckle. Pale Hunter, huh? Guess he's thinking third time's the charm in this one. Let's kind of look him in the eye there. Letting him pick up on what I might be implying with that.
He just smiles. I'm going to enjoy watching him tear you apart. I've seen his work. He makes every second last. He's a master. Regardless, I know why you're here in Kradik. trying to get past the border, get to your Convoker friends. We've been told what the whole issue is. Surprised, though. Managed to kill that stone giant speaker out at King's Crown, but got captured here. All because of, and he kind of stops himself. Not at liberty to disclose that information. But how about we continue? Who was it that put you in contact with that man Vasher?
You know, funny thing about the Convokers, you said yourself, they're more or less nowadays just a different outfit for an angel. You know, they even, when you think they are actual angels. And just like back in the day, I don't get the full picture all the time. Given a job, totally get it done.
And he would look at you. Who put you in contact with Vasher, Briff? Enough of the games, or should I slam your head into the table again? Let you see some stars.
I've seen a few stars throughout my years. Personally, you know, good look at the stars every now and then can be relaxing.
He just frowns. Guess the table doesn't hurt enough then, huh? And he reaches to his belt and pulls out a knife. He walks around the table towards you slowly and menacingly.
I look at the knife and, you know, also kind of being aware of the full situation here. And he slammed his axe down on the table, right?
Yeah, right next to you.
Right next to me.
You can't reach it. I mean, your hands could barely even come up like an inch off the table. So.
Right. So I kind of look at that and the knife, and I imagine it's not the cleanest knife.
Oh no, it's filthy. You can imagine
Yeah.
there's quite a bit of tetanus on that thing.
Yeah, it's like just kind of stretch and, you know, bracing myself for this, and, you know, knowing what kind of stuff, you know, comes from interrogation, wanting to get certain results out of somebody who's less than compliant. You know, and as I do, my ribs begin to kind of hurt, and, you know, I instinctually just kind of reach for, all right, round one.
And he places the blade against the inside of your arm and slowly begins to draw it back, savoring each moment as it cuts across your skin. And I'm assuming you don't speak for this. I'm not going to make you roll a con save. It's only going to be 1 point of damage. And then you just smile. No. I know. Angels don't speak. But I know how to make them sing. And he places the knife at the base of your pinky finger. Each time you don't answer, we'll take off one. And as he starts to press down, you feel the edge of the knife cutting into your finger. You hear shouts coming from somewhere inside of the building, and he looks up. What is it this time? And he just looks at you and just smiles before slipping the blade back into his belt. I'll be back. And he picks up the battle axe off the table and walks out of the room, shutting the door behind him.
With that, I kind of look around at the situation of the table with this now big, you know, gash in it. You know, I'm not feeling very good. I know this guy's serious. I know the reputation the Angels have. I mean, I was one of them. But I also got some information out of him that I've been really trying there. So I kind of slump back down in the chair, brace myself, think back to what I now know. Okay. At this point, when I also recognized him after that, since I wasn't able to at first.
Yeah, you know his name is Garrick.
So I know. So yeah. Garrick's here. Definitely not the nicest guy. But I also know a bit more about what was going on with the Angels after I left. They're part of the Reclamation. Some holier than thou stuff going on here, morals. Just kind of piecing together as much as I can. Even if I don't come out of here in one piece, I can still make use of it. Let's try to make the best of my situation.
Yeah, perfect. And as you kind of like settle back into your seat to suspensefully wait for him to return, we're going to switch over to Alex again for those skill checks.
All right. So going along with the original plan, the commotion has happened, and he's going to, first thing he's going to do is attempt to stealth across this sort of open central area using the diversion to get across unnoticed.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and roll me a stealth check then.
Here we go. Come on, baby. That's a 14.
Okay.
Is that a success or a failure?
One success is your target's a 14. So you managed to make it across this central area without being noticed. Move that over there. You managed to make it across without being noticed.
And is there a door to that room? I can't really see if...
The white things are doors.
It looks like I'd have to go around from the north, right?
Yeah, you have to circle around to the northeast.
Okay, so the second check I want to make, if you'll allow this, would be perception. So I want to circle around to the north, and I want to listen at the door to see if anyone's on the other side or if I can just open it and go in.
Well, I'm going to add a complication to this challenge for you as you come across this central hall.
Got it.
You hear footsteps off to your left, and around the corner comes Garrick. He is striding towards you. Doesn't seem to have... Well, actually, never mind. He eyes you kind of suspiciously, looking at your clothing. Not necessarily completely recognizing you, but it's not his job to keep track of you. He knows you're a magicker based off your clothing. What are you doing here? What's the commotion?
All right. In that case, I'm going to go for deception.
Okay.
And I am going.
I'd allow performance if you prefer performance, but deception works too.
I'll go with deception, but
Okay,
if you'll allow it, I'm going to make my roll before I answer, so I can adapt my role play to how well I do, because I'm not very good at perception. I mean, at deception.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and that is a 15 plus 3, 18.
18. Okay. Cool.
So I just say, I heard some noise from the kitchen, some type of infiltration, I believe.
And he kind of just nods. Fine, come with me then. We could always use the help of a magicker in dealing with these situations.
I have been instructed to prepare our delicate prisoners. The arrival of our associate may come at a more anticipated moment than we expected.
And he kind of turns and looks at you.
He's on his way.
You're telling me that the Pale Hunter is almost here already?
Indeed. I heard news of it just recently. And I kind of tap my head as if, like, you know, there's some kind of communication, telepathy going on.
Roll me performance at advantage.
Oh, fuck. I suck at performance. Oh, but that's an 18 on the die. Yes.
And he kind of just, yeah, he looks at you, and you are just stoic, just deadpan, like. And he's just like, you and your filthy magic. And he just turns and starts to walk away. Fine, make preparations then. I'm tenderizing one of them in the back room right now.
I don't even answer. I just walk straight straight by him.
Yeah, so you guys walk side by side for a brief moment as he turns left and goes into the kitchen, and you turn right heading towards the stairs.
My heart is just racing. Like I get around the corner and just put my hand on the wall. And then I steady myself and move on, I guess.
For the briefest of moments, you see through Orza's eyes as he's dashing around the kitchen, dodging all these people. And then the door opens. You see Garrick step in and look at him and just say, all of this because of a rat. And he pulls a crossbow off of his back. I'm going to have him shoot at him at disadvantage. We'll see if he hits.
Come on, Orza. Pull through, my buddy.
I kid you not. I just rolled double nat 20s on that advantage.
2 nat 20s?
Yeah, at disadvantage. I got double nat 20s.
Wow. All right. Sorry, Orza.
Yeah, you see just how good of a shot this guy is. He just pulls a light crossbow off of his belt, aims, sights for half a second, and then fires, spearing Orza right through the eye.
I kind of whisper under my breath, well, can't blame him for hating being a rat. At least I'll get him back into his good form next time.
Yeah, you see like through just because Orza's dead, but you can still kind of see through his one good eye.
Mm-hmm.
Garrick walks up to this thing and just like picks it up and just shakes his head with disgust. Skin it, throw it in a stew. We could use all the food we have, and starts walking out the door.
Oh shit! He's like right on my heels. I'm moving, man.
yeah. You're opening the door and moving in right as he comes back out of the kitchen, heads back towards the room that Griff is in.
All right.
You're in this room now. There are several guardsmen kind of sitting at these tables. They've got food, just all over the place, as you can see. They're eating, they're drinking. This is obviously some sort of like a break room. There are 3 of them in here currently, and they kind of look up as you come in, see your Magicker outfit. They heard the shouting, so they kind of don't really pay much heed to you, and just go back to eating.
Don't even pay them any heed. I do look around the room, just glance around. Is there anything in particular that I noticed besides these 3 guards, like any details of the room that, because I'm going to have to make our escape at some point through here. So are there windows in this room? Is it?
Yeah, roll me investigation.
All right.
Or actually roll me perception.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, as you're going to glance around the room, you see that this room doesn't have any windows in it. It's just like a gathering room of some sort. There are 2 other doors inside this room, probably closets of some kind. There are just the 3 guards in here, a bunch of food. This furnace is burning warm and hot inside the center of the room, heating everything. You see what appear to be 2 large kind of like bookshelves, but they don't have books on them. They're kind of just filled with like knickknacks, like all sorts of just these like random items and trophies probably they took. A weird collection of just random objects. There's also a single large chest in the corner that you can see items poking out of. Bits of chain mail, probably confiscated items are being held inside of these chests in the corner.
Good to know. I scurry down there.
Yeah, you quickly move down the stairs, heading into the basement. So let me hurry and swap that out. So you hurry down into the basement, coming down these stairs on the left side, and you see a large door to your right, a table kind of just beyond the corner periphery. You see 2 guards sitting at it, playing cards. One of them stands like abruptly and starts shouting at the other one, calling him a bloody cheater. And they're just kind of up in each other's faces, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a cheater." He's like, "Yeah, you're a cheater." And they're just like yelling at each other. You see like a small pot of like silver and gold between them. They've been betting. And yeah, that's your side. That's what you see.
All right. I make my way forward. No, I wouldn't know this. I make my way forward, and I'm going to, in my most imposing Magicker voice, say, "Silence, you 2. I have work to do here," and just brush by them. And
roll me performance or persuasion, whichever you prefer, or deception.
That will be an 8.
Okay. One of them kind of eyes you suspiciously. And who are you then? I don't think I've seen your face around here, Magicker.
My name is Azmilathal Taltomadur. And I wave my hands and I cast sleep on these assholes.
Is that con saves from them?
No, it's 5d8 of hit points.
Ooh, okay, roll for me. Let me see how many hit points you got.
Guys, shitty ass guards. They can't have that many hit points. Oh, and that's a
Like-
good roll.
D8s at best.
Oh, yes. 26 hit points of damage fall asleep.
So I had this number predetermined before. They have 30 hit points total between them.
Oh, so only one of them. Shit.
So one of them drops, like, he's like, and just like falls over to the ground. And the other one just kind of like blinking. You can tell he's totally inebriated though. Like, just like, woo, like totally out of it. And he just kind of like turns and like looks at his friend that's collapsed to the ground. Zachary, what are you doing, Zach? He's probably just drank too much mead, and he just looks at you. What did you say your name was?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Erfandu.
What?
I'm here to interrogate the prisoners and to prepare them for the arrival of our associate.
Associate. And he kind of just like stands there, like swaying back and forth for a second.
And I kind of point at the table.
Than I thought.
Oh, sorry. I kind of point at the table in a little bit and say, looks like the cheetah over there isn't keeping a very close eye on his possessions at the moment. And I like point at the pile of cash, of gold that's strewn across the table, and the guy just sleeping.
And he kind of just looks at him on the ground. By the bleak, you're right. And he kind of starts like shoveling some of it into his pocket.
All right. I pass by him and try to open one of the doors, I guess.
Yeah, so you roll me a d4.
One.
So you open the door, and all you see before you is darkness.
I have dark vision.
Yeah. It's pitch black, and you look in, and there's nobody in there.
Well, I will try another door. I like close it and try another one.
You start to close the door, starting to turn, and you hear the sound of pounding footsteps behind you.
Fuck.
And a thick, bulky dwarf just slams into your back, tackling you and slamming you into the wall. Roll me a grapple check, either acrobatics or athletics, against this dwarf.
No chance. 23.
Okay, well, Dovad got a 24.
What?
So he slams into your back, carries you forward, and slams you into the wall. He's going to grapple you by the back of the hands and pin you to the ground and start whispering menacingly in your ear, "Give me your weapon, magic, or I will kill you now."
God. I am going to whisper back at him and say, "I'm not a magicer, I'm in disguise, you fool."
Roll me persuasion.
Oh, God, I suck at persuasion. Oh, it's a 7.
And he nat 20s, and he's liar. He whispers in your ear. And he looks, you see him like kind of crane his head to the side as he looks and sees the guard standing there, like looking at him like just totally out of it, just drunk, half asleep, just post hangover day, just looking at this guy, just like, "What have you done? You let one of the prisoners out." He grabs his spear and starts running towards the two of you, and that's where we'll take a 10-minute break.
Fuck! I was going so well. Fuck
Slippery
you,
slope.
Everybody go get a drink,
Almost.
go to the bathroom. We're taking a
Way
10-minute
to
break.
go.
Ah,
So
Right,
close.
I guess.
my luck was there until it wasn't.
It was a good run, though. I give you A for effort.
That's okay. Things will get fun now.
Yep.
Well, time to pull up my dice.
Yo, 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 yo.
What up?
Nada.
I'm
What up?
enjoying using OBS. I'm liking the way this works.
OBS. That's cool, man. Yeah, so far so good. Stuck in my blanket here. I'm trying to roll up on this screen, but it's not going my way. Oh, Alex got something going on here. He's in Infinite Time Warp.
he's
No,
stepped
Alex,
into infinity
come
mode.
back. You've gone too far. You screen shared the wrong thing.
Yeah, man, he was entering hyperspace.
Made it back from in hyperspace.
Nice.
How you feeling so far?
Oh, dude, this is sick. I can't wait to meet everybody, though.
You say that now.
Yeah, Sebastian's kind of a dick.
Yo, look at that long, greasy hair.
Yeah, man, that rat tail.
It's a guy of extreme character.
He could be your new Orza.
I could be your new Orza. You could call me Orza, baby.
Familiar. You may stab you in your sleep, but he'll be a pocket familiar.
What kind of shenanigans you guys getting up to?
Or, you know.
Oh, no, he's back, guys. Quick, we can't talk crap about him anymore.
Awkward.
Yeah, too bad I was sitting here the whole time.
Oh, okay. No, so how does everybody feel about the whole OBS now? Are you guys liking seeing like the maps and stuff on the screen? Like, how does that feel?
Oh,
Yeah.
it is definitely cool.
It takes a little bit more preparation, but I'm liking the feeling of it more.
Yeah.
I definitely think I'm going to do this from now on.
I feel like I'm
It's
there.
definitely better than just asking for a layout of, okay, describe this, is cool, but what is the actual layout of the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'll use it when I need more concrete stuff like infiltrations like this or like approaching the keep or whatever. I think it would have been really nice to have like for example in the quiet keeps or like etc. But
Or
the same, I don't
sort
know.
of a overview map of the Battle of Kingspan?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do this from now on though when you guys need concrete stuff available to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm liking OBS. I think it feels really, really good, really clean.
Plus, it'll make the playstyle between my online game and my in-person games more seamless because everyone here in town likes to use grids.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I've played one game like actually in person that wasn't that way, and it was at a convention.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like hey, people show up. I'm
Mhm.
playtesting a story I'm writing.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Since we're talking about props, I recently started picking up a cool thing where my players are new for my home campaign, but so at the start of every game I give them just one free inspiration to use whatever, and I represent them with these golden coins.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Made of pure gold.
Gold-plated steel.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Still gold.
radical.
I have silver ones too, and I think copper is laying around somewhere. Just yeah.
You know what?
I dig it, man. I've seen a thing where people use like different color marbles to represent a wizard's spell slot. I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
That is cool.
I can see that being kind of fun.
Yeah. But I'm too lazy.
Nope. I'm thinking of running my next campaign at some point or another, maybe being very spellcaster centric. I was thinking of doing the mana pool thing, but I've never actually tried it. Is it any good? Like the optional rules in the DMG.
I don't even remember it.
Which one?
Like spells cost
the,
points, right?
Yeah, the spell point system.
What the heck is the spell point system?
The variant rule.
I need to look this up now because it might give me ideas because I'm designing my own setting of Providence. And I want to figure out how to do magic its own unique way.
DMG variant section.
Basically, played any JRPG or something or other, it's your mana pool.
Yeah, so like a first level spell costs like, I'm just going to throw random numbers out there, but like 10 points. I'm pretty sure it's how it works.
Yeah,
Are the variant rules in the back, basically?
Not in the back. They're in like chapter. Yeah, I just pulled the DMG on my computer in Fantasy Grounds.
Wow.
I also have an in-person copy of it.
They are in chapter 9 skill variants. Is it skill variants? I think it's chapter 9.
What pages are it from?
And then I don't got page numbers.
Chapter 9. Dungeon Master 263.
I actually can't find it though. So now that I've said it's in chapter 9, I might be lying, but it should be in chapter 9.
Hero points, honor and sanity.
Oh, here we go. Dungeon Master's Workshop.
Yeah.
Variants, alien tech, plot points. Master variants. Marking monster, hidden cover.
Try to find.
Where the heck is this? I know it's somewhere around here.
It's like mid-show. Try to find the page on the DMG section of the game.
Yeah. It's their halftime show.
Nice. If I ever actually buy a physical DMG, I'm gonna bookmark the crap out of that thing.
Oh, found it. Spell points chart by level. The cost for each.
Got a page number, buddy?
I got a page. 288 and 289.
Oh, variant spell points. I see it.
Mm.
Oh, interesting. So you aren't restricted to like spell levels? Instead, you have points based off what class level you are, and you can use those points to get. So, like, oh my gosh, at level 3, you could cast a 9th level spell. That's like the only spell you could cast besides cantrips.
Yeah, it's really high power magic.
Oh, that's crazy.
OP.
Well, you still need to be able to learn the damn spell, but if you had a scroll or something, you could cast it.
Yeah, so I guess you couldn't technically cast a level 9 spell because you still wouldn't be able to learn a level 9 spell.
You have the sheer capability, but you are just wiped. Like, I'm remembering that scene, that character from Konosuba, you know, the one that knows that one explosive spell and that's it.
Yeah. Interesting. Cool, that gives me some interesting ideas then to...
You're interesting.
I actually did not even know that all this was in Chapter 9 about like creating your own backgrounds and races and stuff. And
Chapter 9 has some cool things in it, man. The DMG is actually a very underrated book, I find. It actually has a ton of cool
this is going to be so helpful for me with like creating Providence, actually, because I'm making my own races, my own classes, my own archetypes, own spell casting system, everything.
Well, there you go.
You're going to have to retcon my character from our upcoming game.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty
I'm gonna be like, guys, ignore the Wendigo game. Those characters run realistic. They actually don't fit into Providence.
What are you talking about? Wendigo fit and everything.
No, and Wendigo fit into Providence, but they're all playing like really high magic characters, which like don't really fit Providence at all.
Literally the most magical character I've ever played. I have spells from the sorcerer list, the cleric list, and the warlock list.
Nice.
They're just been casting everywhere.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be like fireball, 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 and the Wendigo's gonna be like, "This isn't the Wild West." All right, guys, let's go ahead and do character introductions and channel plugs. We'll just start with Alex, who is our cameo player for the evening, and go all the way over to Michael with the Chris's in between, whoever wants to go second or third. Okay, go ahead, Alex.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Brady. I hang out a lot on the Absolute Tabletop Facebook group. Really glad to be together with this awesome group of people for this cameo. My character is Silmir, and he is an undercover agent who has been undercover for quite some time. and has sort of finally gotten a mission to do that he's been sent on to sort of help these guys out. He's got a few objectives that he's been trying to go for, but that's about all anybody knows about him so far. So I'll go ahead and leave it at that and send it over to my buddy Chris.
Oh boy, I'm his buddy. I'm playing Sebastian Williker, the Artificer variant / now Alavesh's Bleak Dragon's bitch. It's a great friendship me and the good Bleak Dragon have. But yeah, my channel is the RP Ginger. And if you go check that out, you'll find me running a bunch of Wizards of the Coast module stuff. I've run Curse of Strahd on it. I'm running Storm King's Thunder. You'll see games with Alex Brady in it, doing a stellar job. And other than that, actually, I'm thinking of doing a West Marches campaign style of Tomb of Annihilation. And I've just recently created a Facebook group for anyone that is interested. And this is kind of a thing where I'm taking everyone and anyone that's interested in playing online D&D games. You can have up to like a pretty insane amount of players in a West Marches style game. So if you're thinking about playing an online game or want to hang out with me as I do some mediocre DMing, check out that Facebook group. Just search Tomb of Annihilation West Marches campaign, and you should be able to find it and join up, and I'll have some more details there. It's in the early phases, but I think it's going to be cool. I'll pass it on to the other Chris.
The not Alex's friend, Chris.
Yes. Haha, sucker.
Yes, I am severely hurt. I am playing Darius Stonebone, aka Darius Corrin, the Battle Master Fighter, veteran soldier, and currently I'm curious how it's going to go. I have no channels to plug, simply an enthusiast of the RPG variety. Also, yes, I got my arm back. That's fantastic. And then I will toss it over to Michael.
Ooh, all right. I'm Michael, just some random dude they picked up off the internet, right before session 1, who's kind of delving a bit more into his past here. After having ran into this absolute asshole, I mean, really? Now you're gonna finish slicing down my arm there? Come on. But yeah, I'm playing Briff, and having a great time here. Took us way too long to play this session, but finally happy to be able to. So, with any luck in the rest of this game, I won't be disconnecting because I think I've done that 2 or 3 times so far. Oh, I've done it 4? Yeah, all I know is all of a sudden you guys just stop moving, so.
All right, guys. So, as always, if you're tuning into this on my channel, I'm DM Ty from the channel On a Roll. It's R-O-L-E, like roleplay, rather than R-O-L-L, like roll the dice. I'm playing with the words. It's fun. You guys should try it sometime. So the thing I want to plug, Iskloft is currently on Kickstarter right now. It's an amazing Viking-themed setting, brutal, Norse, amazing, bloody. It's really fun. Had an opportunity to play a lot of games in it, and it is very enjoyable. I recommend you go check it out. It is very affordable too, for the PDF and for the book. And yeah, go check it out on Kickstarter. I'm playing the Dungeon Master, if you haven't noticed. And yeah, let's get right back into it. The guard is charging you with a spear raised. He is running towards you, or more like stumbling, actually, in his inebriated, half asleep state. And Devad kind of like looks up in surprise as the guard charges you, and then looks down at you. Silmir, you would know Devad, maybe not personally, but by reputation. He has worked very, very closely with Osmond over the years. So use that how you will.
All right. I kind of grab onto the back of his head and say, I'm here for Osmond. Devad, I've heard of you. Trust me on this. Let's take care of this guard together. And I'm going to try to roll out from under him and basically take out this guard as a team.
Let's see if he trusts you.
Oh, come on.
So he's rolling insight to see if he can believe your words, if he sees truth within them. Because right now you're a prisoner.
Oh, hi, he believes me because he's insightful and I'm being truthful, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So he got a 17 on the die, but I believe he has I think he has +1 wisdom or something. So we're gonna say he got an 18. So yeah, he looks at you and just says, "I swear, if you're lying, I'm gonna break your head between my fingers. You know that." And he kind of just throws you to the side and stands up and prepares himself in this half crouched dwarven wrestling position to catch this guy. Go ahead and roll initiative. Actually, don't roll initiative. It's gonna be pretty quick. The guard's gonna take one attack, one spear thrust at him, and he is going to miss Devad. Devad kind of slipped past the spear, and he is going to instead tackle this guy. And he nat ones. He goes to tackle the guard, and the guard's just so inebriated, he just stumbles to the side. Devad misses, rolling past him. It's your turn.
All right. I'm going to draw my rapier and attack him.
Okay, go ahead.
And that is going to be a 17 to hit.
You also have advantage because Devad is right next to him.
I get advantage for Devad being next to him?
Yeah, he's flanking him.
Whoa. Okay. I will take that. And that is going to be a much more than that, but not a natural 20.
Okay, and don't forget you also get sneak attack for having advantage.
Yeah, I do know about the sneak attack. So that'll be 1d8 plus 3d6 plus 4. And not a great roll. 14 damage.
He has 15 hit points. So you bury your rapier tip in deep into his leg. As you pull it free, it's like popping a hole in a barrel and just blood. And his eyes slowly roll back into his head as he collapses to the ground, just from the sheer amount of damage that you've done to him in one attack. And he is unconscious. I'm just going to say that he took way too much damage and he's already drunk, so he just falls over.
All right. I quickly, without skipping a beat, I whisper to Devad, Garrick's going to be back down those steps in moments. We need to get these guys free. Quickly. Where are they held?
He would just nod and kind of point towards, I'm assuming one of these doors, so I could hear the idiots shouting.
All right. And I'm going to start trying doors. I've got some thieves' tools. I kind of pull a few out and sort of hand them to him. You know how to use these? I'm keeping them for myself, but so we can sort of...
Yeah, he would just kind of nod to you, and he would kind of run at a door and kick it down instead of taking the tools.
I roll my eyes and kind of mutter under my breath, classic tool. Effective, though. And I'm going to sort of work on trying to getting into these rooms, trying to unlock manacles or any sort of chains that are on people.
Darius, you said you were listening at the door, right?
Yes, actually, and by this point, considering the commotion, I'm gonna have moved off to the side, and basically I'm gonna use, as far as I know, I'm gonna try to use the darkness to hide. And, the literal moment, anyone walks in, I'm gonna take the guy into a chokehold. I am taking no chances here.
Okay.
So, with your allowance, stealth check?
I'm just going to say that as you move to the side of the door after hearing this commotion, you're barely getting into place as your door gets kicked down. And a stubby Devad just comes flying through it like a cannonball. He came in like a wrecking ball.
You are trash for making that reference. The moment I see it's Devad, I just kind of... I was prepared to sort of jump him, but I go, that works. He says he walks towards the door.
Yeah, he just looks at you. You put me in a small cell. I couldn't get a running start.
Fair enough. And then I head out, and I'm bleeding from multiple, I imagine I'm cut across the face, skin's half peeled off of the arm, so just kind of left hang there, and then just kind of look at this guy in Magic's robes and go, "Who the hell are you?"
He's with us. Calls himself Smiley or something like that, and he kind of goes past you, going to the very back door as you open up Sebastian's door.
I imagine as he opens up Sebastian's door, it's at that like perfectly timed moment where Sebastian decided that like he was breaking out, and against all hopes and odds, he was gonna like shoulder check the door, and then the door just kind of comes flying open as he like tackles into the VOD.
It would actually be into the Magicer, the person who you don't recognize at all.
Even better, can we roll like an athletics thing to see who tackles who? It's not like aggression. I'm just like moving full speed.
Yeah, go ahead and roll acrobatics. I mean, not acrobatics, athletics versus athletics, I guess.
I rolled a 4. That's appropriate.
20.
Yeah, you just bounce off of him and just like fall backwards into your cell again.
It's like
I was rolling acrobatics, so I imagine I just dodge out of the way.
Trips me. I come tumbling out and like
You come tumbling out on your own, and he kind of grabs you by the scuff of your neck and actually like rights you so you don't fall over.
looking at first I'm like defensive, but then I look around and see everybody else and just like, oh, what's going on?
Does your team make a habit of trying to tackle the people who who I was sent to help you? And he kind of laughs a little bit, raises an eyebrow.
Usually we don't get people sent to help us, period. He says he reaches down and picks up one of the spears with a twirl.
Well,
Yeah, Devad comes walking back down the corridor. Where's Briff? Couldn't find him anywhere.
Where is Briff?
is he not? Oh yeah, he's not in here, right?
Mm-mm. You remember Garrick saying something about tenderizing a prisoner?
We should check the kitchen.
We're going to take a break here and swap back over to Briff. Briff, the door opens again behind you, and Garrick walks in. Just a stupid rat. Some people. And he walks over next to you. Where were we? And he slams the axe back into the table. Yes. I was asking you who put you in contact with Vasher. A name, that's all you gotta give me, Briff. A name.
Well, come on. You know my reputation pretty well, I imagine here. You know, you seem like a smart enough guy to know who it is you're tenderizing. You know, I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. I really am just to get in there and get the job done. I mean, you knew well enough to know my situation with Tag.
Yes. Get in, get the job done, don't speak. I understand. You know,
Well,
but
most
people start to talk once they start to lose fingers. So we'll start there. And he pulls out the knife and leans down next to your hand, pausing only momentarily to give you a chance to speak. Do you?
I look at the knife and just kind of go, you know what? That seems you've been pretty busy with that lately, though it looks a little dull. A little too dull to be fully useful, in my opinion. I mean, some dull, definitely a good thing here, but you still want it to cut fairly well here.
No, if it's dull enough, they scream louder. And he starts to lean in with the knife like on a cutting board.
Briff tries to hold back the screams, but he's clearly grimacing here. He's trying to dish that, to put the damage out, not take it in.
Yeah.
And
Roll me a con save. Roll me a con save.
I rolled in that one.
You black out from the pain. Just the excruciating pain knocks you out. You wake up to a slap on the side of your face and a bucket full of cold water. And as you kind of like come to, like you groaning, your mouth open, you feel something thin and hard in your mouth, and you realize it's your own finger as he stuffs it into your mouth. You feel warm blood trickling out the back of it down your throat.
I open my eyes, and he's assuming like right there, right?
Yeah, he's leaning right down in front of you, right in your face. And as you open your mouth and you try to like maybe spit the finger out, he slams the bottom of your jaw shut and plugs your nose until you swallow it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely gagging here. And as it begins to come down, I almost try to force my gag reflex to cause me to just completely throw up and just force, it out and straight onto him.
Yeah, he would watch as you like go ahead and roll me. Roll me a con save. No, roll me a wisdom save to see if you can like convince your mind to like not gag and swallow this.
All right. That looks decent. Got a 19.
You have just enough willpower to not swallow and instead like force it back out and spit. And it just kind of bounces across the table and he just kind of smiles. Second hand then. And he walks around to the other side of you to your other pinky. So do you want to tell me who put you in contact with Vasher or not?
For a second there, I was concerned about whether or not you'd give me another chance to speak. I mean, I know you're a rep.
Oh yeah, you can hear his screams. You definitely can. Yeah, so go ahead, sorry.
It's like, I mean, I know you're a rep. You tend to rush into things a little bit here. Just a pro tip, typically a lot of times, just even the threat of you doing something can a lot of times be worse than actually doing it.
Maybe, but I like seeing you cringe. And he's going to take the hilt of his dagger and slam it into the front of your face, into your teeth.
And so
you're gonna take from this blow 5 points of damage, and I'm gonna also need you to roll me a d4 to determine how many teeth you lose.
Ooh, okay. 3.
You lose 3 teeth.
I imagine they're all somewhat up here, in the front there. And I just give him this bloody smile. As I just let them drop out of my mouth.
Yeah, I imagine you spit them at him and they bounce off of his forehead.
Yeah. And so, I'm clearly starting to take some pain here, just trying to think through the situation and what's the most likely result. So, what is the actual answer here? Because I'm just trying to think back to that. And once I tell him this, do I know him well enough to know if he'll actually be lenient and what's likely to happen if I do give him what he wants?
Yeah, if you give him a straight answer, maybe he'll back off for a bit, thinking that he's getting somewhere. But he seems pretty insightful, so he might catch you if you try and lie, and it might be worse.
Not to interrupt, but I imagine that if we did hear him screaming, that Sebastian would be beelining in that direction.
Yeah, we're gonna do that in a second, but this is basically just like leading up to the point because there's time passing right now.
Gotcha.
All right, so see, he goes down to do that, and say, all right. Give me a second here. I met the guy one time. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. Let me think here for a second. So yeah, Briff is kind of sitting here thinking, he's trying to buy that time. Does he look like he's letting up? He needs to give Briff this moment.
He starts, yeah, he lets you have a quick moment, but he sits down in the chair and starts to sharpen his battle axe. You can only imagine next thing that's coming is you're going to lose a hand.
Okay. All right. You look like a strong enough guy here. You know, I remember the guy's name. All right. And would there be like some other name of someone who he might recognize but isn't the actual name? So it's just like a partially true, like this is someone who maybe worked against us, against the angels in the past, or
You could make up a name. But
so like
again, I'm gonna have him roll insight to see if he catches you.
right.
And if you do, it's gonna be a pretty severe consequence.
I can do you one better. And I look him in the eye here and say, I can do you one better. I know you're asking for here is the name, but I was also recently acquired some other information that might prove more valuable to your boss, whoever that might be, to know that you figured out just what it is I'm doing. Why we're so desperate. Me especially. You know, I'm out for myself here. Why I'm even so willing to go against a stone speaker giant and try and cross your clearly well-defended border to get to some more convokers.
He's getting tired of your bandied words, and he starts to stand to his feet and pick up the battle axe.
So you don't want to get that fat promotion, big raise, extra commission?
I'm getting tired of you waiting and not answering and speaking like a dog. Yap, 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 yap. Either give me something worthwhile, or, and he puts the axe against the side of your neck, I'll take your head off.
All right. Back when we started, I'm sure the Pale Orc could even confirm this himself. If you were to ask him when he shows up here, there were 5 of us that escaped the fort. Alright. Then there was also Wayfinder. So, this 5th Convoker was one of their scholars, smart man, who was tasked with delivering a letter straight to Viator. He's dead now, and I've read it. I'm just kind of like pausing for emphasis here, just like slowly teasing out that, I got some stuff here.
He starts leaning back with the axe. Unless you give him something actually substantial, he's going to swing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So
are you really not
basically,
going to say anything?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let slip because I don't remember what exactly the letter said.
Okay.
But just something from there. It's like I'm basically offering the contents of that up. But I'm not going to say anything if he's about to swing something at me. So
You're not going to say anything if he's about to swing something at you.
not the whole thing, of course, because again, I don't trust this guy to not kill me the instant I give him what he wants.
I mean, you're giving him basically bonus information. This isn't even what he's asked for. So you're not going to say anything if he doesn't swing, if he keeps holding it back.
So then probably what I do then, he's not biting on this, even though I'm aware of what I'm doing. So as he's about to go at it, I blurt out Osmond. Osmond's name.
Yeah, he sees you finally cave under the fear of death, and he just smiles. Good, that wasn't so hard, was it?
Just kind of look at him. Well, have it your way. His name was Osmond.
Good.
A few other people, but can't remember all of them. There were 4 or 5 other high-ranking people, but Osmond, I believe, was the one who sent us here.
And he swings the axe and buries it into the wood half an inch from the tip of your finger. Good. And that's when we'll switch back down into the basement.
We're still in the basement after all this time.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, things are going on back and forth. Like, while he's screaming, now you hear the scream start.
Yeah.
And I'm rushing around quickly. Throw these around your wrists. And I'm passing out whatever chains I can find from the cells and whatnot. This general torture area.
You're manacling them all?
No, I'm fake manacling them.
Sebastian's just running towards the screams.
Oh, he's running up the stairs already.
I would try to stop you and say, wait, we can get there unmolested if we follow through with this plan.
Unmolested, do you not hear the sounds of my friend screaming? What do you think's happening to him right now? And I'm just running unless you actually try to hold me down.
No, I'm not physically trying to restrain you. I'm just trying to reason with you real quick. But if you
Sebastian's
are
not
running up there, I am hot on your heels.
Perfect. That's what I like.
Darius just gives him a flat look as he sort of tries to reason with him and goes, subtlety and brute force are 2 sides of the same coin. Brute force is the occasion right about now. He says he hoists up the spirit god, and you mentioned what's the chest with all our things above or right here?
Above.
Oh shit!
Okay.
All our things. I completely forgot about that.
You're running up there in your underwear to save your
Yeah. You run up the stairs, Sebastian.
It's perfect though.
You burst onto the main floor in your underwear, and all the guards just like turn and look at you. They're like, "What the hell?" And they all just like stand and start like grabbing spears and crossbows. How'd you get out?
When you say all the guards,
There's like 4.
perfect.
Well, go ahead and roll initiative. No surprise, right?
Well, balls, guys.
It's all right. He's chopping off fingers, man. Oh, natural 20, bitches. 13.
I got a 6.
221?
I so don't want to go first. Fuck.
Okay, so we've got Sebastian going first. Followed by Darius. followed by oh my goodness, what's Silmir? That's what it was. Then followed at the very end by okay. Here is initiative. Okay, Sebastian, you're first. You burst up onto the stairs. You get a brief moment as they all kind of look at you in surprise. What do you do?
Shit. What do I do? Where'd my spells go? They all disappeared. Interesting choice, character sheet. Good thing I know what I was going to do anyways while I try to solve why that happened. But I look at them and I ask where my friend is. But this is a rhetorical question because as they look at me and see my half dragon burn scaled face, my eye illuminates this bright red and I hold my hands together and burning hands. Hopefully, I'm imagining this is a pretty small area. Maybe get all of them in there.
No. It's a small-ish area, but they're all sitting at different tables. So max you can get 2.
All right, 2 it is. And then for some reason, my character sheet just literally deleted all my spells. So that's really convenient. But I'll type in Burning Hands. That's a dex save, and I'll roll my damage.
Okay, 1 fails, 1 succeeds.
Oh, baby. I rolled 1, 1, and 3 for 5 damage.
Wowza. That is some nasty damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darian just gets like scorched. Like it's more like just a bad like 1st-degree burn because he's able to like duck beneath the table, while Tiberios is able to like kind of move to the side and kind of duck inside of the supply closet as you just burning hands this area.
And then I'm still looking for like where the screams come from.
Yeah, there's a door directly like right next to you, but you use pretty much all of your movement to get up here.
Cool. Do I need an arcane focus for that? That's a good point. I don't
really worry too much about that.
That comes from my warlock gift anyways, so I imagine that I can probably do that on the account that my whole body is burned for the price I paid for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could probably do that one for free.
Fair trade.
Yeah, so you just unleash hellish fire upon these people. You hear Darian and Tiberios cursing. Jax and Galt take up crossbows. Darian's going to dash towards you from behind this flipped over table and try and just spear you. And he nat 20s. I kid you not. Oh, baby. Okay. That is going to be a d6. 5 plus his dex, 8 times 2, 16 points of damage. As he takes his spear, lifts it in the air, and just slams it down into your thigh. I'm debating whether or not I should use the new... No, I won't use it for this time. Because, I mean, we've been doing crits this way this entire time, so I'm not going to worry about it.
That's my thigh, right? That's my thigh that's taking 16 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say your movement is lowered by 10, though. So until you get healing, the movement's lowered by 10.
Well, thanks, pal.
Yeah, so he buries this spear deep into your thigh. Just you hear just this squelching sound as blood starts to bubble up around it. Jax is going to level a crossbow at you and fire. And that's going to be a 15 to hit, and I'm pretty sure you have no armor, so...
I can now cast Mage Armor at will, but that just gets me to 15 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I believe it also takes an action to do so.
Yeah, probably. I'm just assuming that he would do it most times, but if you want me to specify, just because I can literally do it at will now.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you can just... I'll just say probably almost always have it up, unless, like, special circumstances.
Yeah, because that's from my Armors of Shadows, my invocation.
Okay, so take another 5 points of damage from this crossbow bolt.
Gotcha.
So that's a total of 23 this one turn.
Perfect.
Yeah, so a crossbow bolt just like kind of slams into your shoulder, going straight through your just threadbare tunic and this mage armor you've created, sinking deep into your arm.
Sebastian momentarily thinks about the beginning of his character's story when he was afraid and ran away from everything. And for a moment, just wishes that maybe he was a little more like that.
Okay. All right. Next up then is Darius. You turn and look up these stairs and you see this guardsman run up and just like slam this spear into his leg.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do as I charge up the stairs behind, is I'm gonna level the spear I pilfered at the guard holding the crossbow, and basically what I want to do is I sort of pull back, aim, and then fire, preferably into the crossbow and into the guy's hand. Basically, I'm trying to shatter it from a distance.
Trying to shatter the crossbow?
Or at least damage it enough that it won't fire properly.
Okay. Roll me. Go ahead and make a ranged attack. I'm just going to make the AC on the crossbow pretty high.
All right. Nat 20, dude.
Did you roll a nat 20?
I rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, sure. You can break the crossbow then.
Okay. So yeah, it just kind of goes through, and I'm going to use my, if you're allowed, that's my main action. Would I, as a part of my move, basically try to sort of tackle into the guy spearing Sebastian? Basically just sort of...
I won't let you tackle him, but I'll let you interpose yourself.
That works.
Okay, yeah, you can run up and kind of like shove this spear out of Sebastian's thigh and like stand between Darian and Darius facing off. Stand between him and Sebastian.
Question. Is the spear his only weapon, or does he also happen to have a sword?
He's got a mace at his belt.
Perfect. I'm going to action surge. I'm going to try and take that thing from him and bash him over the head with it.
Okay, bonus action. Go ahead and make me a grapple check, either acrobatics or athletics, and he's going to make an opposed one.
Athletics works. Natural 16.
Yeah, you beat him. You got 16 total, so you beat him.
No. Okay. So it's just gonna pull it out from his. I sort of reach in and sort of pull it from his hip, and sort of using the same momentum, sort of twisting my hip and just gonna bring it. That's slightly less good. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit. He manages to bring his spear up and catch your swing and kind of like bat it to the side.
Just kind of, sort of bring it down, and he sort of nudges it aside.
Yeah, and he kind of takes a step back and readies his spear. Next up is Tiberios. Tiberios raises his crossbow now at this new threat, and he's going to take a shot at you, Darius.
All right.
That's a natural 18, so that's definitely going to hit you.
Yep.
And that is going to be 8 points of damage as this crossbow bolt buries itself in your side. Oh, I forgot to roll for Devad.
Probably the most well-equipped person here.
Devad goes before Silmir, but after Tiberius anyways, so.
All right, cool.
Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, and he just starts to reload his crossbow. Tiberius does. Devad is going to come running up the stairs. He is going to like hurdle the banisters that are going around. So it's kind of like it's all filled up inside of that area, and he is going to try and wrestle the spear from this dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's like 22. So he just runs up and just like grabs the spear. You see him wrestle for a second. The dude's not used to like wrestling somebody as strong as him, but just like a little bit shorter. So he's thrown off balance easily and tossed to the side as Devad pulls the spear from him. He's going to try and gut him with it. And yeah, he manages to hit. And he's two-handing it, so it's D8. And he does 12 points of damage to Darian and just kills him. Just slams it through his gut, stabbing it into the wood and burying it like 3/4 of the way up the blade into the wood. And that'll be it for Devad. Next up then is Silmir.
All right, so Selmir, as Sebastian is charging up, he kind of goes, "Wait, we'll get to your friend much faster if we don't have to kill half the guards on the way." And then it's too late. He kind of just face palms, draws his dagger and his rapier, and he's gonna rush up the stairs, and kind of go, "Well, so much for no killing." And he's going to try. Is it possible for him to get into position to? Yeah. So using my bonus action, I can actually take the disengage. So to not provoke attacks, and then I want to get around them, so I'm flanking. Is that possible?
You could run up, like get into range, and then disengage. Well, you actually don't even have to disengage now because the person who's guarding the stairway is dead.
Okay, but is it possible for me to position myself so that I'm flanking one of the bad guys, like with Devad or with someone?
If you take the dash action instead of the can you dash for a cunning action?
Yeah, I can cunning action, dash, disengage, or hide.
Yeah, if you dash if you took the dash action instead, you could get next to a guard.
Okay. Would I be flanking that guard with one man?
Yeah, sure. You could flank Tiberius. Devad's right next to him.
All right, I'm going to flank Tiberius, and I'm going to attack him with my rapier, and I'll use the dash action to be able to get there. And as I'm flanking him, we're like sort of going back and forth, spear, rapier, trying to get around him, and I go, "This guy's an idiot, isn't he?" So looking over at Sebastian. And that is going to be a 15 to hit.
Which will barely hit.
Good. Oh, wait, but I would have advantage, right? Because I'm flanking?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you'd have advantage.
Awesome. That hits. I took this Elven Accuracy feat from the new thing that lets me re-roll one of the dice when I have advantage. Pretty sick. And that is a pretty good roll. 18 damage.
How do you kill him outright?
I feel like Devad sort of, as I slip by, kind of realizes what I'm doing, and he like swirls the spear around in like a display or something to distract the guy. And so as he's like reaching up to parry, he raises his arm to parry the spear, exposing like his armpit and a weak point in the armor. And the rapier just sticks through that point, kind of comes up, traverses, spits out the neck, and I kind of just pull it out and nod at Devad as he crumples to the ground.
Okay, yeah, he just crumples, lifeblood just gushing from this armpit wound, spreading in a viscous pool beneath him. Next up is Galt, and Galt is going to like realize just how poorly this fight is going and start shouting. So I'm going to roll a d4, and that'll determine how many rounds it takes for more guards to show up.
Come on, Galt. Can't we like reactionary do something to stop that or no?
No, he's too far away. He's on this side of the room.
Little bitch.
Okay, so 1 round until more guards show up. He is going to he's gonna flip a table over and like crouch behind it with his crossbow and take another shot. Well, he's gonna take a shot at Silmir. And I kid you not, I just nat 20'd.
You are rolling brutal tonight.
I am rolling brutal tonight. Oh boy, Silmir, that's also max damage. So that's gonna be 6 plus 3 times 2, 18 points of damage.
Oh my! From a fucking guard.
Huh?
From a fucking guard.
Yeah, this crossbow bolt, he just expertly levels it and aims it and shoots it right into your forearm, making you drop. Were you dual wielding?
Yeah.
Making you drop your dagger. And so all you have is your rapier now, and you can't hold anything in this hand now.
Oh, great. This is a good time to ask. I did average hit points for each level up. Is that correct?
You can average roll Yeah, you could average a roll, basically.
Okay, well, average, so that's perfect. You said 18 points?
18 points, yes.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, this crossbow bolt just buries itself in your forearm, and it hurts so bad.
Ah! I let go of the dagger.
Yeah, blinding pain just lances up your arm in spiderweb veins, and he ducks back down beneath the table and you hear as he starts to reload this crossbow. Sebastian, top of the order.
All right, this is a good decision I made. Nonetheless, the mission is the same: get Briff and get the fuck out. So I am cracking open that door that is where Briff's screams are coming from.
And you see 3 guards running at you.
Yep. It's like right beside me, right? Like you said.
Yeah, they're like running down this hallway towards you.
Oh, fuck. I thought he was like literally on the other side of the door. I see. Okay. Let's do this then.
Your equipment's in this room, remember? I mean...
I don't remember shit. Technically, I wouldn't even know that.
Oh, actually, you don't know that. That's right. Only he knows.
All right. Fuck. I would yell back to Mir, sorry, in the heat of the battle. Do you know where Briff is?
Would I actually know?
You remember Garrick told you that he was back in another room, somewhere on the opposite side of this house. So you don't know exactly which room. You just know that somewhere back there.
I would say he's on this level, somewhere across from where we're at. Don't go up or down, and don't worry. There's only 12 gods in here at any given time.
Perfect. This in my mind seemed like a way better idea at the time, but at the end of the day, that's too late for that. So I am going to look at the 3 guards running towards me, and then in a deep guttural voice that is not Sebastian's, I'm going to say, "Get out of my way," and cast, I'm going to reflavor it, Arms of the Bleak Wrath. So Arms of Hadar. And what you see are these tentacle-like rips of bleak that start to come out from Sebastian and completely cover him. And you see these purpley dark, like whipped tentacles start to reach out from him and start to crawl across the room like some kind of horrifying spider beast as he walks down this hallway towards the 3 guards running from him. He has this very bleak-like energy just completely radiating from him, and he's going to head straight into the 3 guards. And as soon as they get within 10 feet of me, they're going to have to do a strength saving throw. And if they fail, they take 8 damage and can't take a reaction. And if they pass, they take half that and don't have to worry about the second part.
Okay, so then you make strength save when they get how far from you?
Well, as soon as they're within 10 feet of me. So I'm imagining I can make it, like, I'm kind of not comprehending how big this house is, I think, but.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, so these writhing bleak tentacles rise up from around you, start, like, I almost imagine it's kind of like what's that movie? There's like a movie where there's like this monster thing like crawling down this hallway, like pulling itself by grabbing onto doors, and like it's like something like that, I almost imagine.
And can I use my movement to get up to them? Like, how far away are they?
They're like 30 feet away from you. If you want to rush them by yourself, then sure.
Well, no, you said I lost my movement, so I'm only half movement.
Oh, yeah, because you got stabbed in the foot.
Yep. So 15 feet closer, I guess.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you start moving towards them slowly, and they're just like backing away, like raising their spears, like. Okay. Next up then is Jax. Jax moves forward next to Galt and like kneels down in front of by this table. He sees Sealmere screaming in pain. He sees Devad gutting his friend. He sees Darius standing, looking in surprise as Sebastian summons these strange arms, and they watch Sebastian walk out of the room. And he's going to lift his crossbow and sight in on Silmir, who just one-shot his friend. And he nat ones. He levels the crossbow at you, and you hear a resounding thung, as like the bolt, the string on the back just snaps somehow, just miraculously. Maybe it wasn't well oiled enough or overused, perhaps. It just thung, and the crossbow bolt just falls and skitters across the floor. And he just looks down in surprise, tosses it to the side, and grabs his spear and raises it over the edge of the table. Okay, Darius.
All right, so the guy that shot me, he's currently behind his table and reloading, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up and, with a pain grunt, sort of snap the bolt that's sort of in me. The tape can be removed later. And I'm going to charge over, and what I want to do is I'm going to charge over that table, basically sort of with a running jump over it, and sort of in the upswing, I want to bring the mace down to where I think his head is going to be, and when I land, I want to turn and sort of strike at him again. Basically, before he can fire, I want to sort of get rid of him as a threat. Basically,
it's like a ready to action. Basically, like next time he shows his head, you're going to swing at it.
Well, no, I sort of want to charge over and basically jump over, sort of, so I'm within range.
Oh, you're going to vault the table.
Sort of
okay.
Vault the table, basically, and sort of bring the mace down as I do so, and when I land, use my second attack to sort of swing around if he isn't down by that point.
Yeah, you can try and brain this guy. Go ahead. Make me 2 attacks.
All right. First attack is not a great. It's a 10.
Yeah, that misses.
Second attack, however. Okay, finally. Second nat 20. So
nice.
That's gonna be okay. So that's gonna be mace is a D8, correct?
I believe mace is a D8. Yes.
Okay. Max damage. So that's friggin' 11, 13, 26 damage.
Okay, how do you kill him?
Basically, how I imagine it is, I brought, as I vaulted over, I sort of brought the mace down, and he sort of barely swung to the side. But as I turn, I swing the axe directly where he's turning, and there's a sickening crunch as I basically smash half of his face into the other half, and it just kind of blood and teeth goes flying as that sort of limp corpse falls to the ground. Just a full-on just.
Yeah, Galt goes down and just a spray of ichor and blood, just gore and blood. Sorry, that's what I mean. And he just kind of collapses to the side, half of his face caved in, looking ever much like a geode, a broken open geode, as he collapses to the ground.
Exactly. And if you'll allow rest of the movement, basically sort of settle in behind the table, and I'm gonna try and use that crossbow he was loading up next turn.
Okay, cool. Devad is going to charge, and what he's going to do is he leaves the spear behind, embedded in the ground, and he's going to jump over the table and try and choke out the other one who is standing right next to you now with a spear. And it's contested. Yeah, Devad just like jumps across, and he kind of has his arms open, and he kind of closes one hand around and chokeholds this guy and pins him to the ground, starting to choke him out. Silmir. You're muted.
I'm gonna keep working with Devad. We seem to have like a good synergy going, so I'm going to finish off the guy that he's choke holding.
Sure, go ahead.
Awesome. That's 24.
Okay, perfect.
Oh my god, terrible. 11 damage. Oh, wait, no, 11 plus 4, 15.
That kills him. I almost guess you just spear him through the eye.
Yeah, I mean, if he's holding him, like, I imagine, like, he's got him in a chokehold like this, and he like shifts him over to like under his armpit so I can spear him through the eye without my blade like going through and hitting him.
Yeah.
And then he kind of just lets him go and topple to the ground.
Yeah, and with you pull your spear back out, just this sucking sound. Not your spear, your rapier back out with this sucking sound, and it's just like a little eye kebab on the very end. It's just like speared through the center of the iris, just pulls out with it.
And I can't really use my bonus action to attack again because my arm is fucked. So I will use my bonus action to dash instead. And I will run over to the chest that has all their gear in it and flip it open and say, or that looked like it had a good amount of gear in it, and say, your stuff's in here.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you shout to them to come over and grab their gear. Meanwhile, in the hallway, Jezri and Dalton and Marius kind of just like stare in horror at Sebastian as he walks towards them. They all kind of start backing away. They move like 20 feet away, and they all pull crossbows off their belt. They're all going to shoot you, all three of them.
Bring it, bitches.
Here comes the pain train. And you have, what's your AC total?
200. 15.
What is it, 15 total? Okay, cool. Yeah. So one misses and two hit. And these guys aren't using hand crossbows, they're using light ones, so the damage goes up by 1. They were able to grab some stuff from the armory. And, oh, okay, ouch. They both do 11 points of damage to you. So that's 22 total.
Beauty. Feeling great.
I'm going to need you to make 2 con saves to see if you can make... Wait, no, Arms of Adar, are they con? Is it concentration?
Double check. I'm pretty sure that the spell doesn't work how I thought it worked. And is pretty much done instantly. So, yeah, it is. So, basically, I thought that was a lasting thing.
Oh, but it's only like a one-time thing?
It's like an instant thing.
Like a Lowey's Tentacle Slam?
Yeah. I ulted prematurely. I ulted prematurely.
So you didn't get any tentacles?
No.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You take a bolt square in the chest and you stumble backwards, and another one just buries itself in your thigh, and you hear whispered in your ear, and the arms dissipate, just disappearing. Alazvesh is in your head again. By the way, Sebastian, I'm going to need you to make me a con save, as you've spent some time not wearing this amulet.
Joke's on you. I'm proficient in... Oh, fuck. 11.
11 is a failure. You take 1 point of exhaustion as this weight of not being able to wear the amulet is starting to affect you.
Ty literally hates me.
That's not true. You were the one who sold your soul.
Just kidding. All right. Feels good.
Hey, Darius, it's your turn.
Ty, it's called becoming a convoker.
By the way, Briff, you're in this chair and you hear the shouts. He hears this. Garrick hears the shouts too. Oh, what now? And he kind of turns and walks towards the door, and he kind of walks back and slaps you across the face. Says, "Don't go anywhere," and walks back out, moving towards where the shouts were coming from.
Okay.
Briff, by the way, your hand is now soaked in blood from where your pinky was cut off. You might be able to do something now. If you want to roll me a sleight of hand check in the chat, I will let you attempt so. Darius, back to you.
Okay. So I'm going to pick up the pre-loaded crossbow. Thank you, Corpse. I'm going to sort of pick it up and aim it at one of the guys that just shot the now not Eldritch Horror Sebastian. And I'm going to use one of my various superiority dice, assuming I hit, for a pushing attack. Basically, I'm going to aim at one of the 3 guys sort of standing there with their spears. Natural 17, so that's... I hope that hits with a +1 dexterity. Actually, I'm proficient in crossbow, so that's +3. 20.
Hey, yeah, 20. Yeah, that definitely hits.
All right. So this is a hand crossbow, correct? So that is. That. Yep. So that is a total of 8 damage, and he needs to make a, if I am reading this right, a strength saving throw, or else he's pushed back 15 feet from the force of my crossbow.
So one thing, I'm pretty sure that it has to be a melee weapon attack.
It's any attack roll. I specifically looked at that. I found it funny for some reason.
Wait, is it actually any attack roll? Hold on 1 second.
A weapon attack. Does not necessarily specify melee or ranged.
Interesting. I don't know how that works with a crossbow bolt from a hand crossbow, but okay.
I have no idea either.
Regardless, he succeeds with an 18.
Okay, so it just takes the damage.
So how much damage was it?
That was 8.
8 points. Okay. These guys have 15 hit points, so I'm just going to go ahead and just put their hit point totals right next to them.
And our rogue friend found the place where stuff is stored.
Yep.
I'm gonna run off, and I can't really play it up right now, but I can certainly go get a shield.
Yeah, you can grab your shield perfectly. That's fine. Devad is going to take his movement to grab his gauntlets of Frondor to make his strength 19 and his maul, and he's going to turn, and as a bonus action, he's going to rage and start running toward the door, just screaming bloody murder, just ah! And he comes tearing around the corner behind you, Sebastian, running in front of you towards these guys. They immediately blanch in fear. He's not going to get to them, but they like start backing away, just as this feral dwarf charges them. Okay, Silmir.
Silmir is going to he's going to break off the arrow that's in his arm.
Okay.
And then he's going to go over to the hearth that is in the center of this room. Is it made of like stone or metal or something?
It's stone.
He's going to put his own arm against the stone right by the fire and try to cauterize the bleeding in his arm so that he can essentially use it again.
Okay, that's metal.
He's gonna basically like break off the arrow, yank it out. It's just like splurting blood, and he's just gonna go over there and grab onto his arm with his other hand and just
okay,
like try to cauterize his own hand.
Roll me a con save to just endure this searing pain.
14.
You barely managed to do so, and the pain is overwhelming. You're gonna take some damage. Just from the fire, so 4 points of fire damage as you just shove your arms against it, searing and cauterizing the wound shut. You can use that arm again now.
Awesome. Was that my action?
I'll say it was your bonus action.
Awesome. In that case, I kind of like wring it out a little bit, pull off my bow, and it looks really weird because I still look like a mage. Unless I lost concentration. Let me go ahead and make a concentration check. From the damage I took before, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, never mind. It dropped. He looks like a dirty elf.
Yeah, suddenly he looks like a dirty elf, guys.
And he is going to pull off a longbow, make his way over to where he has a clear shot on those guys. He's going to draw like this and hold his action until one of the enemies is in melee with one of his friends.
Okay.
And then he's going to fire.
I didn't mean it was racist that he's a dirty elf. I'm just saying he's a dirty elf. Briff, go ahead and roll me initiative to see where you fall in initiative.
All right. I am happy to do that. And I got an initiative roll of 19.
19. Okay. All right. I'm also adding your friendly neighborhood someone to the initiative roll.
He's a
As
real
Garrett
charming
joins the
guy.
fray. He's real charming.
Yeah. But I was thinking maybe we could invite him over for Sunday brunch.
He likes tea and biscuits. Okay. So
And ribs.
you're going to be in the next initiative order, Briff, and I'm going to have you narrate how you got free. So let me see. So that was Silmir, Jezrien. Jezrien is going to like back away hastily from the screaming dwarf who's charging him. And he's reloaded his crossbow. He's going to take another shot. He's going to take one shot at Devad. He's terrified of Devad. And he won't hit. Devad is going to take 4 points of damage. One of them is going to shoot at you, Sebastian, and hit with a 19, dealing another 11 points of damage to you. And the other one is going to draw his spear and step forward and try and shank Devad and hit for another 4 points of damage.
As soon as he gets in melee with him, that triggers my action.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have advantage on this, though, right? I have to be funky. So just a regular roll.
But you still get sneak attack because your ally's right next to him, but
right.
Yes.
Ooh, and that is a 20 to hit.
Nat 20 or dirty 20?
Total 20.
Okay, cool.
And a longbow is a D8. I should be able to take this eye out unless I roll really shitty. 6, 7, 8. Counts. 19 damage. So right as he's moving up to shove him with the spear, an arrow comes through and downs him right as it's about to impact, I guess.
Yeah, I imagine it's one of those comic reels where he like gets hit right in the head and does like a single backflip before landing on the ground. Yeah, so he drops.
And if Devad looks back, I kind of give him a thumbs up.
Oh, you're unconscious. You're unconscious, Sebastian? Dang. Okay. Yeah, Sebastian takes one of these crossbow bolts to the gut and just falls to the ground, collapsing. Okay. Sebastian, death save. Ooh, no bueno. 6. Oh. Yeah, you're bleeding out on the ground. Just fiery pain spreading through your body. A quarrel sticking out of you. Spear wound in your thigh. You're not in a good state. Briff, how do you get free?
All right, so Briff he hears the action going on, and he wants out of here. With the blood now pooling around his hand, he sees an opportunity, though he knows it's not going to be pleasant. He kind of begins to wrap his hand, almost like put it all over the blood, almost like using it as a lubricant, and painfully, even if he can if his hands are close enough to try to like push it to be, smaller so he can kind of get it out. And this doesn't quite work. And so he just barely manages to get out, scraping his hand horribly. And then with that, I imagine these chains and this table and stuff, they're fairly weak after being beaten up and such. And he manages to get his legs free by busting the legs of the chair that they're chained onto, and then use those to bust the chains for his other hand. And just kind of, one thing after another there. And he looks down at his finger sitting on the table. And whatever rags he might have and all the blood still coming out, rips off some of that, ties as close as he can around what was his pinky, try and stop the bleeding as much as he can, and head towards the door to kind of peek out, see what's going on.
Yeah, before you go, you realize also that Garrick left his rusty knife just sitting on this table, just embedded in the table itself if you want to take it.
Grabbing that.
Yeah, you pick up his little dagger and move towards the door. It's unlocked. You can open it. You move out into the hallway and start making your way towards the sound. Darius, your turn.
Alrighty. I'm standing at the crate. I've got my shield, and seeing Sebastian drop, I'm just gonna really sigh and sort of reach in again, finding the one health potion I had in reserve. And with your permission, I want to look for the Ring of Mirrors.
The Ring of Mirrors. Want to dig through all this stuff? Roll me investigation. I'm guessing you're being pretty hasty.
It's more or less, yeah. If I don't roll in, okay, that's a 15, so that's not bad. Modified, it is. Do I have intelligence? I have 0 intelligence modified, just 15.
Sure, you find the Ring of Mirrors.
Okay. I'm just gonna hastily sort of put it on and speak the trigger word as I rush out, and I toss the vial over to the rogue, hoping he catches it. I call out, "Drip this into the weak one's mouth."
Okay, and then you're running into the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we need to make a ranged attack so we can like catch?
No, I'm just gonna say he's dexterous enough to catch it.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, you run into the hallway. You're not gonna be able to get to them this turn, but you'll be able to get into the hallway and stand over Sebastian. Okay. Garrick. You see a huge orc come walking around the corner. He takes in the scene before him. He sees his men on the ground. He sees Sebastian down. He sees Duvad charging his men. And he just kind of sighs in exasperation and walks forward, hefting his double-edged battle axe, his two-handed battle axe. And he is going to lay into Duvad. He's going to make 2 attacks on Duvad and make a pushing attack as a maneuver. And that is 118 and 122. That's 2 hits. And Duvad, okay, so it's 9, 14. Duvad, strength save, which he fails. He is knocked backwards 10 feet. Darius, I'm going to need you to make me a dex save.
Oh boy. 16?
Okay, yeah, you're able to move out of the way just barely as Duvad goes sailing past you. And he's going to run up then and make his second attack, his 22 against you.
Okay, mirror image. He needs to get past that.
I believe if he rolls high enough, he hits you still anyways.
I think if it hits me, then I need to roll a percentile to see if he actually hits me.
Okay.
Or it just destroys one of the illusions.
Yeah. You have to roll whether or not it hits you, like before he rolls. But yeah, that's how it works.
Okay.
Attack. 3 duplicates to roll a 6 or higher. Okay. So does that hit me with my AC is 13?
Wait, he got a 22. So I
Yeah, so that hits. He hits one of the illusions.
okay. Yeah, he just kind of cleaves through one of the illusions, just kind of grunts, just like, ugh. And he's going to action surge.
Oh boy.
And he's going to try and cleave through the other 2. 19, 24.
Both would hit. Next is 8 and 11. Oh boy. Nat 20 on the first, so he hits another illusion. And second is an 18, so he, within 1 round, he cleaves through all of my illusions.
Yeah, he's just chopping these down. You watch as your mirror images are just they're beheaded, their legs are removed from their bodies, or they're cut in half at the waist. until all that's standing there is you. And he says, "Ah, there you are."
Beep.
Okay, and that'll be it for his turn. Devad is on his back in the room after having flown past you. He'll stand up and charge towards Garrick, who is fully decked out in his battle regalia, and miss with both attacks. Garrick just kind of easily just kind of catches this maul that he's swinging at him and kind of, swings it around and buries it in the wall instead of blowing a hole through the wall and into the next room. Silmir.
Well, I will run up and pour the healing potion into Sebastian's mouth.
Okay, so Sebastian, you're back up. Go ahead and roll me 2d4 plus 2 for healing for Sebastian.
Do you want to go ahead and roll, Sebastian?
You can roll it if you want.
All right. I got a 2 and a 1.
Beautiful.
That's great. You got 5 hit points, Sebastian. You're awake.
7. Oh, it's 2d4 plus 2?
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2. Oh, no, 2 is a 2d4 plus 4, actually, I think is what it is.
I thought that's what you said.
I marked it down as +2 actually, so I think it was 44 plus 4 and 2d4 plus 2.
All right, 5 hit points. Was that an action or a bonus action?
I'm going to say that's your bonus action and movement to get there.
Okay, cool. Well, then I will shoot my bow at the asshole.
Okay, he gets additional cover because he has your friend standing right in front of you, between you and him.
Oh, come on, it's a dwarf.
Well, but it's also Darius, and it's a small hallway.
I'm slightly taller.
Here we go.
Do you have a sharpshooter?
I don't, but I rolled a 16 plus 7.
Misses. No, just kidding. Yeah, go ahead, that hits.
All right, this is gonna sting, asshole, especially if I roll well.
He's actually wearing full plate of arrow reflection.
$17 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you bury an arrow in his shoulder. You just he just turns and looks back at you, and he kind of just flexes and moves his armor, so it just snaps it off without even him having to move. Okay. Jezrien. Jezrien and Dalton are going to move forward with their spears to back up their boss. They're both going to take attacks at you, Darius. And that is a 17, which hits, I'm sure.
Goody.
And it hits. I just don't know math. 21.
Yeah.
Okay. Darius, you take a total of 16 points of damage from these 2 spear thrusts.
Ow.
Yeah, one catches you under the armpit, and the other one just buries itself in your foot. He actually just went really low and just jammed into your foot. Okay.
Yeah, I'm hurting. I'm hurting real bad.
Sebastian.
I'm alive! All right. Now it is time. There's the 2 guards, and there's Garrick, who has been hit but doesn't look that injured.
Yeah, one of the guards looks pretty messed up. The other one is fine, like completely.
All right. I am going to cast Hideous Laughter on Garrick as I try to fill his mind with bleak images which drive him temporarily insane. He has to roll a wisdom save, and everyone pray to God that he fails.
Okay, wisdom, huh? Ooh, that's actually pretty good. What's his bonus, though? He got 15 on the die.
It doesn't matter then.
He doesn't know modifier to wisdom. He got 15 total.
Yes. Let me just make sure, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. 5. Yeah, mine's 14.
Yeah, he just he looks down at you and he just starts to laugh. And he says, I have been trained against this magicur.
I'm going to scoot back and give, as a bonus action, Darius one of my healing druts.
Okay. And how much is that healing?
Okay.
Heals him for 7.
Thank you.
Briff, it's your turn. By the way, Silmir, roll me a perception check.
I'm pretty good at those. My passive is 17, in case that matters.
Oh yeah, that's fine then. I keep forgetting you guys actually have passive perception.
It's literally on my overlay.
Yeah, well I know, but like so 17. You hear a crackling and snapping sound behind you, and as you turn around and look, you see that the furnace, as you stepped away from it, I rolled a luck die without you knowing. I got a 1 for you. When you pulled your hand away and were flicking your hand, you knocked something off of it, and that something was a burning hot poker, which has set the room on fire as it landed in a tankard of mead.
Wow.
Way to go.
Awesome job, dude.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Just
sorry.
be sure to
Hey,
grab your stuff
just gonna
before
say, it's all of your guys' equipment that's gonna burn in that room. So
I don't have enough time to put on my fucking belt before I have to leave.
Well, that's also metal.
Exactly.
all right. Well, Darius, it's your. Oh no, wait. Briff, it's Briff's turn.
Yeah.
If you
So-
dash, you'll be able to get there next turn.
So where is everyone at this point on the map?
So if you look at the map, you're on the far. Oh my gosh, it's all backwards for me. On the far right side. Yeah, on the far right side, you see where like the garden is.
Yeah.
The room you were in is like 3 rooms up from that. It's like that small storage area. So you run through those rooms, and you'll come out into that hallway. So if you dash,
Okay.
you'll be able to get there. You'll be able to move normally to get there next turn.
All right. I'm kind of hearing the commotion going on. I think I probably would do that. Definitely trying to be careful though that it's not too obvious I escaped. Of course, Garrick is in the middle of fighting here, so
Yeah. So you start running in that direction, getting closer and closer to the sound of
Yeah.
battle and combat, and leaving just a dripping trail of blood behind you from your finger.
because ultimately I'm just trying to get up behind him and just like backstab him. It's like, hey, remember me?
Okay, cool. Next up then is Darius.
You muted.
Right. Keep forgetting to do that. So I got Violet in the back, 2 spearmen plus a very overbearing orc. And the room is on fire. So what I want to do is I want to disengage, and if possible, I want to sort of using the mail sort of as or the mace rather as sort of as a hook or something like that. I want to basically take one of the random tables and basically just sort of tip it, sort of to interpose it between the orc and myself, make his path towards me slightly less convenient.
You're gonna go back into the room. You're gonna go back into the room, grab a table, and pull it out into the hallway.
Oh, we're in the hallway. Okay. Right. Okay, that's slightly. I thought he had moved into the room, but okay. How do I want to do this? Okay, what I want to do is I'm going to attempt a sidestep and basically sort of hold my shield out and try to sort of use the mace to sort of bat into the guy flanking Garrick on his left and use a pushing attack to send them both flying potentially.
So you're trying to push Garrick or the guy behind him?
Basically, I want to maneuver myself sort of to the side so I could potentially get them both if I needed to.
Do you have cleave?
I do not have cleave. I do, however, have 2 attacks. So
you could try push attack both of them. That'd be fine.
okay, I'll be spending my. All right, push attacking on Garrick. That's an 18 on the die.
Okay, and he got a 23 on his strength save.
So he doesn't get pushed, but he does take the damage. So, oh boy, that's actually really good. That is. So he takes 16 damage square to the chest.
Okay.
And for the second guy, that is a 17 on the die. His strength save goes. He takes 13 damage.
Okay, and his strength save, he got a 15. I don't know if that succeeds or not.
The saving throw was 8 plus prof plus strength. Right. So my thing was 13. So yeah, he makes it. Though, don't I kill him? How does that work?
Oh, I was assuming you would have to maneuver towards Dalton because Devad was on the other side.
Right.
So yeah, you hit him. He's almost dead, but he's still barely standing.
All right. So yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Hoping I don't get wailed on again.
Yeah, Garrick is kind of grunting in frustration as he can't get past you and Devad. So he's going to go for you, as he can't really reach Devad. And he will make that's one attack. That's a 16. And his other attack is a 18. And he is going to use a precise attack, which adds a d8 of damage. And that is going to be a 12 on the d12 for his great axe, and a 5 on the d8 for the precision attack, plus 4 strength, 21 points on one of the attacks.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. And with the second attack, he's going to push attack then on Devad. And that'll be 13 points of damage to him. Strength save from Devad, which he fails, is knocked back, and Garrick is going to turn and run. Turning in the corner and seeing Briff running towards him with a dagger. No, because nobody was close enough to opportunity him. He knocked back Devad and then knocked down Darius.
Okay.
Yes, so he turns and starts running. You hear him shouting for more guards.
Like hell, bitch.
Okay, Devad is going to get back up, and he is just so angry now that he's been knocked down. He's going to charge these two guards and kill them both brutally. He brings his maul down on the head of one who's kneeling from taking a mighty blow from Darius, and brings the other one into the kneecaps of the other guy, bringing him to the ground before slamming it down on his head. Okay, and that kills the other two guards. And that leaves Silmir. Your turn.
Awesome. So Garrick ran.
Yep.
Did he make it all the way to Briff?
Yeah, he's right next to Briff now.
Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
Double my movement speed and hopefully catch up to Garrick.
Okay, yep.
And here we go. So we're flanking him, right?
Uh-huh.
That's a 16 plus 7.
A hit.
Ooh, and that is finally a good roll. That is 22 points of damage.
Ouch. Okay. Owie. Okay, is that it?
Yeah, that was bonus, move, and attack. I'm out of actions.
Okay, yeah, he kind of grunts as you shank him in the back. Ugh. Okay, Sebastian.
All right, Sebastian is going to kind of oh shit. He's gonna start walking down the hallway after Samir, and I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers. And as I'm doing this, I'm actually speaking. I'm kind of like disoriented and a bit like what's the word I'm looking for? Like gone crazy at this point. That's not the word I wanted to use, but and instead of talking to Garrick, who has nothing to do with this situation, I'm talking to Alizvesh, and I'm just saying, I'll show you who's weak. I'm not the weak one. And then I'll start whispering these horrible things that I'm going to do to Garrick, but I'm actually talking to Alizvesh, but just like crazy and inputting my anger towards this orc that has done really nothing wrong to me. Obviously something wrong to my buddy, but I don't know that. And he has to do a wisdom saving throw as I start just whispering these like torturous things that I'm going to do to him.
Okay, 17 on the die.
He succeeds, so he's not frightened of me, but he does take half of 10 damage. Fuck, my rolls are so bad.
5 points.
That would have been so good.
Yeah, he just looks over his shoulders. Get away from me. Okay,
All right.
Briff.
Yeah, so he rounds this corner to see me there, and I was like, "Yeah, good try, buddy." So using this dagger, and also remembering that I have disadvantage because of my ribs, that's gonna be a miss first time, because I'm assuming that 3 doesn't do too good, or 5. And nat 1.
Okay. So you nat 1 on your attack against him?
Oh, my second attack, yeah.
Okay, well, in response to that second attack, he's also going to riposte and attack you back for 15 total, which I believe hits.
It should, yeah.
And he is going to do 19 points of damage to you. And for that nat 1, you're going to lose your footing and fall prone.
Ouch.
And what'd you get on your first attack?
My first attack was a 5.
Oh yeah, that misses. Yeah, so you're surprised actually that he comes tearing around this corner after he just barely left. You see a guardsman kind of collapse into the hallway behind him, and your allies come running around the corner. But yeah, you miss your attack and pay the price for it. Darius, death save.
Alrighty. So that's a 4.
That's 1 failure. Okay, Garrick, seeing one of his opponents down, turns towards you, Silmir, and is going to attack you twice, my friend. First attack, 21 to hit. Second attack, 23 to hit. And that would have been low rolls for you, but he is a great weapon master, so he gets to reroll 1s and 2s on the die. Which is significantly better. Went from a 2 to a 12. Okay, so he does, that's 11 plus 4, 15, plus 16, 31 points of damage to you.
I have uncanny dodge.
So you can dodge 8 points of that then.
So how much is that total?
23.
Oh my god, I'm still up. I have oh my god, okay. I am barely still living.
Okay. He's going to second wind for his bonus action. And heal for... It's beat the shit up party again. Heal for 10 points. No, that's 11 points because he's a level 5 fighter. And he's going to turn and just start running again, 30 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna attack of opportunity on him.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. No advantage because your friend is prone.
Oh, you got taken out, Michael?
He's prone. He fell prone from a nat 1.
Fuck. Well, that sucks.
Because my dice.
I got 14 to hit.
14 to hit? That's a
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he starts running, and he actually turns left and starts running up the stairs, shouting for Matthias.
Time to GTFO.
I don't know who this Matthias is, but something tells me we don't want him to get there.
Whose turn is it?
Not mine.
Devad is just like, you just hear him just, and he comes running past you. He's gonna use his dash action to sprint after this guy and completely close the distance on him. And I'm gonna have him try and grapple him. So opposed. Oh, Devad, dude, your strength checks suck tonight. That's 13 for Devad, and I'm guessing he probably has like +7 right now. And that is like a 16 for this guy, so he wins. He kind of just like reaches out and stiff arms him like they're playing football. Kind of shoves him to the ground and keeps running. Okay, Silmir.
Do I have line of sight?
If you moved 30 feet, you would.
We got everybody. Let's go.
Fuck. I yell, if we don't take out the Magicka, we'll never make it out alive. And
Who the fuck's the massacre?
going to follow. I'm going to move 30 feet, get line of sight. And I guess I'll take out my longbow again and try to shoot him.
Okay, go ahead, make a shot.
So no advantage, right?
Nope.
But I get sneak attack because he's within 5 feet of
Devad, yes.
Devad. 16.
16 will hit.
All right,
Barely.
Good rolls here. Good rolls. 18 damage.
That still hurts a lot, but he is definitely still standing.
Okay, 18 damage, and I'm going to use my bonus action to dash.
Okay. Okay, where?
And get out of line of sight.
So you run up, shoot, turn around, and run back?
Yeah, I mean, I don't run that far back, but I take a few steps back and put my back against the wall.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, yeah, you pin him in the calf with an arrow, and he just keeps running. Briff. You're muted. You won't be able to get up to him, by the way, unless you sprint, because you have to use half your movement to stand.
Right.
I'm yelling to Briff that we gotta go.
Right. So no, that'd be pretty risky. So I was gonna yell like asking if we have our stuff.
It's back in the burning room, I would say.
Then again, at least it's a metal sword, so I can try to find it in the rubber or in all the all that stuff. So I think with that and just feeling absolute shit, I just kind of agree and just like back off. almost limping and holding my hand, trying to stop the bleeding as much as I can. And just kind of say, let's grab what we can and get out of here. And yeah, slowly start to back off.
Okay, cool. All right, you guys start to back off then.
I'm gonna yell to Briff to I could stabilize Darius, but I can't carry him. You're probably stronger than me.
Or you also see what kind of shape I'm in.
Darius, death save.
Wait, Darius is saved?
Darius,
Death
death
save.
save.
Oh. Wait, wouldn't my turn come
Second
first?
failure.
No.
Huh?
Isn't my turn before Darius? I can save him.
Oh, wait, what the heck? Why was... Oh, I guess I just skipped you. I went to Briff. Yeah, Sebastian, go ahead.
Darius.
Yeah, so I'll use a charge of my healing kit to instantly stabilize him.
Okay, cool. And then Briff, you go back and grab Darius. Darius, you're stabilized. Garrett.
Not that I mind being stabilized, but what healing kit?
Oh yeah, fuck. I have no.
Oh yeah, yo, what the heck are you talking about, fool?
Yeah, what the heck am I talking about? So I guess fuck. How bad is the room burning on fire now?
It's like starting to turn into a blaze, so you're gonna have to hurt. Like you'll probably take a bit of fire damage running in.
What kind of fucking mead were they drinking? Gasoline?
Yeah, man, it's a
Just lights up and
sexual
Jesus.
healing. It's a no, they're drinking like turpentine.
All right. Well, I'm not going to go in there on the account that I'm at like 2 HP basically. So
You're like somebody else go. Somebody else go.
medicine check on Briff to stabilize him naturally. I'll do a medicine check.
Okay.
Which I'm proficient in. So I rolled a 13, which I believe stabilizes him. So
Yeah,
I need to
you're
roll
good.
a 10.
Yeah, you stabilize him.
And then what are we doing? I'm going to ask Briff. Like we can't leave Silmir and Dovad. You take Briff and get out of here. I'm going back for them. I have a plan. But you guys need to go. And I'll be like as adamant as I can. We can't win this fight, but I might be able to buy us some time. Please just go.
I reluctantly agree.
Perfect. If you can grab our gear on the way out, even better.
So
Okay, well, somebody would have to go back into the burning room to get the gear.
I would probably just real quick run and see what I can grab that isn't metal and can't be salvaged later. And then just get out of there.
I would honestly let you like put most stuff inside of like a backpack, like just toss stuff in a backpack and then grab just either items out of the bag.
Just grab my bag of holding, I'm going to say, and jam everything in there and go.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, you just shove everything in the bag of the healing. Bag of holding. You take 3 points of fire damage from being in the room. And then additionally, just another 3 as you're just like grabbing burning pieces of metal, so 6 points.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, and then you can run back out of the room. Okay. Darius stabilized. Garrick keeps running up these stairs. Because you're unconscious, Darius. You're stabilized, not awake. Sorry, what's in there?
Oh, sorry. Does he take an op attack from Devad?
Yeah. Devon misses though because he's a poo head. Garrick keeps running up the stairs, and you hear the door burst open, along with hurried, angry conversation, and then footsteps on the landing above you. Fall back. Get through the chopper. Oh, God. Okay, hold on 1 second. I need to add somebody else to the initiative order.
Oh boy.
Okay, here we go, gentlemen.
Out of a fire into a slightly bigger fire.
Get through the chopper. Okay, He got killed in the cave. Sorry, man. So let's see. What am I gonna have happen? You hear chanting and muttering upstairs. Matthias is obviously waiting for somebody to come. He had a spell prepared. There's just like a flash of light, and Garrick is gonna come back down the stairs, and he is moving so quickly. It is as if whatever Matthias did to him, communicating with his mind, has sped up his reflexes, has made him faster as he has cast haste on Garrick. So Garrick is hasted. Devad. So he hears you guys screaming, like to fall back, and he just kind of like looks over his shoulder, gritting his teeth, looks up at Garrick, and just kind of just like shakes his head, turns, and runs back towards you guys. As you guys seek to regroup. Silmir.
Wait, Davad's falling back or going in?
He's falling back. Yeah, no, he's one-man army.
So I see him run out of the stairway. I had broken line of sight.
Yeah, You don't see him come back out moving super fast.
How hurt did this asshole look?
He looked like pretty effed up.
Fuck it! I turn around the corner and I cast sleep on him.
Oh, he took the bait.
Yo, cast that as high as you can. Cast that as the highest level as you can.
Highest spell levels possible.
Good luck, my friend. Good luck.
That's 5d8 of damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hit points that I can put to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I spend my inspiration to make his die rolls higher?
Nope. I can't spend inspiration on damage rolls.
Nope, you can't.
I rolled 2 1s at the end.
Oh!
On my d8s.
How much did you get?
13 points.
Oh, that's so bad. Okay, nothing. Yeah, you see him just kind of like.
Fuck.
Oh, dude, you just revealed yourself, man. Here comes the Bane train.
This guy has 3 attacks in him.
No, dude, he's got four attacks.
Jesus. Okay, right.
So I just like gone against the wall to break line of sight. So moving there and casting the spell was only a little bit of my movement, right?
Yeah.
So I used the rest of my movement to proceed forward. Let me have a look at the map real quick. Proceed forward, and I'm going to use my bonus action to hide in the next room or something, or behind.
Okay.
I'm moving out like basically towards the direction I came in, where the garden was, and I'm going to try to hide sort of behind, that big circle in the middle of the map, like that pillar. So I'm going to like listen for him, and like if he's coming around the left, I'm moving right. If he's coming around the right, I'm moving left. Like try to keep that between him and me, and silent.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see. Okay. Cool.
And I got an 18 on myself.
Okay. Perfect.
Fuck.
Okay. All right. Sebastian, top of the order.
All right. I basically have no comprehension of where I am in the grand scheme of things now.
So you're still back in that hallway.
I wanted to be moving closer towards Samir.
Yeah, you see Silmir just like come out, shoot this like hazy spell of like purplish blue hues, and then just start running. He just leaves you guys.
Yeah, and tell me that Dovad like at least got around the corner or two something. Like, tell me that Dovad broke sight.
Yeah, Dovad came back to you guys.
I don't necessarily comprehend the map, but is there any way that I can spend a point of inspiration to make an opportunity where I cast Disguise Self as an injured guard and basically like come stumbling out and be like, they went that way, and then like kind of like drop down and obviously direct them the opposite way?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me. Prepare a persuasion check or a deception check then.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend an inspiration to or I guess it spends inspiration on the deception check.
Well, you don't have to yet. You'll just wait for him to come to you, Garrick.
Okay.
Okay.
I just realized I'm not good at any of this. Perfect. What else could go wrong here?
Briff, are you carrying
deceived a
Darius?
stone speaker.
I rolled a 15. That should be high enough, right?
We'll see.
I am
Briff, are you carrying?
I am disguised as a guard, and I'm obviously
Yeah, I'm basically the incredibly weak and feeling like crap hack mule here with all of our gear and our tank. So please don't kill me.
Okay, yeah, you're carrying Darius on your shoulder. Matthias. Silmir, you're kind of like peeking a little bit around the edge of this pillar so you can like dodge Garrick if he comes towards you. And you see at the top of the stairs a figure. Matthias, who steps out. He's kind of wearing these like simple gray robes of a magicka, but you see this scrawling text across them that shows that he's a high magicka. He's a skilled spellcaster, obviously trained in like influencing minds and sending messages, etc. He comes walking down the steps behind Garrick and just says, "This is truly beneath my notice, Garrick. Why can you not handle even the slightest of issues?" And Garrick just kind of turns and looks at him with a slathering grin. "One of them came in. I smell blood." And he's kind of just like completely in the enthralled in this blood fury now. And Matthias is going to step down the bottom of the steps and see you right there, Sebastian, with your deception check of 15. It went that way. He just smiles and looks at you. "I see your mind. Truly, this is foolishness." And he's going to lift the hand towards you. I'm going to need you. Let me hurry and look at the spell.
It's probably just dispel magic. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, probably. Something like that.
Nothing like charm person or anything, the things he's expressly good at.
Nope, nothing like that. Make me a wisdom save.
I'm assuming I don't have my pendant from Eris on me.
No, you don't.
I don't. Yeah, no. Wisdom save. All right. 5.
Your mind, it's like a switch is flipped in your mind. And suddenly you see these two as like your best friends. Like these two people are trying to help you.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
And he looks over at the pillar and just smiles. You now must use your turns moving and attacking Silmir as he casts Crown of Madness on you.
Too bad that I can't.
But wait, he doesn't know where I am. I'm hidden.
I
have an 18 stealth check. Doesn't he have to?
He doesn't need to know where you are. It's a creature he chooses, not one that he sees.
So okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how it reads. Let me make sure.
The Crown of Madness, I think, is just the thing that makes him attack a random enemy within sight.
No, the charmed target must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose.
Oh, okay. That makes the spell way
better. And the magicka sees me. Or knows I'm there somehow.
I mean, I guess you can choose the party if that's what you'd prefer.
Okay, no, yeah, that makes sense.
Let me see. Hold on one second. So he knows that people are here. Fine. He'll choose Briff then. Because I guess that's true. He hasn't seen you, so he chooses Briff.
But isn't Briff in the burning room, like looting stuff?
No, he's carrying Darius out of the room.
Yeah, okay. I'm in another room now.
Okay, so he chooses Darius. I'm not Darius, Briff.
Are you sure?
Kill the down guy.
Are you sure he didn't choose Darius?
No, yeah, he's gonna choose Briff.
Well, the joke's on him because I'm the piece of shittest ever at melee attacks. So
Yeah.
get ready, bitch.
Okay.
What am I gonna bitch
Darius.
slap you?
Darius, you don't need to make a death save. You're just kind of unconscious. Garrick is going to make his way towards the pillars, and he is just cackling, just madly. Okay, so I'm gonna have him. What was your total stealth?
18 stealth.
Okay, he's gonna start looking for you. I kid you not. I just nat 20'd.
Fuck.
You hear him whispering, "Come here, little puppet," as he's kind of like walking around. And he whispers to one side, and as you kind of move to the other, it's like in the Harry Potter episode 3, where like they think that they're hidden from him, and you're kind of just backing up. And then you turn around, and he's standing right there. And he's like, "Hello," and he kind of raises the axe. He's gonna attack you 4 times, Silmir.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for coming and joining us.
Okay, that's 1 miss, 1 hit, another hit, and a miss. So he downs you and then hits you 1 more time to give you 1 immediate fail.
All right.
And he just looks down at you and he's about to attack you again. And Matthias says, "No, there are others. Come." Okay. Devad is going to... Sebastian, how many hit points are you at?
Not a lot.
Okay. I'm trying to decide what he would do. He's going to charge Garrick, because Garrick's low. Garrick's really low. He's only at 19 hit points, dude. You literally needed
sleep.
Yeah, dude, you needed 6 more to get him. I totally forgot you even had that spell.
It was my last fucking spell slot.
Well, Devad just crit twice. So there's that.
Wow.
On his his first crit sucks though. That's 3 plus 4 plus 2, 9, 18 points. And his second attack is literally the same, 18, 36 points of damage. He cracks down on Garrick's skull and then just hammer times him in the side of the head, and just drops him. Garrick just goes down, crumples. Okay, Silmir, death save, sir.
One success.
Hey.
Sebastian, you're still under the effect of this Crown of Madness.
But there's no one around me to attack right now, right? Because it says that I have to make a melee attack before I take my turn.
Yeah, so you don't have to attack right now, but you have to move towards Briff though, because that's your target.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll move up next to him. You'll have to attack him next turn. Briff, your turn.
I get a wisdom save though to break it, right?
Wait.
Oh, I don't know if...
Yeah, I do. I'm
read on anything or anything like that. But when he cast Crown of Madness, that was concentration, right?
Yeah, but Matthias hasn't been hit.
I know, but technically haste is concentration and it goes away.
Oh.
And when haste ends, you spend your entire turn being stunned.
Wait, does it actually make haste go away? Because he wouldn't have done that then. Let me hear and check. Is haste...
Haste
I didn't know haste was concentration.
And
It is
when
concentration.
the spell ends, whether it's you lose concentration or what or anything, or the spell ends duration, you spend your entire next turn being stunned.
Okay, well, he wouldn't end the haste then.
All right.
I'll just have him make an attack on Sebastian.
Even better.
So he'll shoot a firebolt at you then. And does a 12 hit you?
No, suck it, bitch.
Okay. Okay, Sebastian, your turn.
All right. Fuck. And
Yeah, no kidding, man.
I'm out of spells. Is there any way that I can make a deal with Alice Vash right now?
You want to make a deal with Alice? You don't have your amulet. You have to get it from Briv.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you have to get it from the person who you're trying to attack.
He's not trying to attack you anymore. He's not under the crown of madness.
Oh, okay, then I don't care. Yeah, you can
Retcon.
have it.
Retcon. I'm still confused as to like where, but if he can talk to me without the amulet, why can't I talk to him?
You can try. You never tried.
No, that's okay. I will Eldritch Blast the fucking mage guy.
Okay.
And that is a 5th. Let me see here. I'm actually forgetting my spell attack modifier. Yeah, 15 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, 15 to hit would hit him. Yeah.
All right. He takes. He takes 6 damage as I Eldritch Blast, and I guess I'm moving towards Briff, who's close to me. I thought Briff and them were getting away, but
yeah, they were moving past you. They're right next to you.
Yeah, trying to, man.
Hey, can I have my amulet, bro?
Let's wait till we get outside.
I'd really like to have it now, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Hey, dude, you have 2 beams. It's level 5. Your cantrip got upgraded.
Just kidding. Here comes another one. Natural 20, bitch.
Or was it actually a natural 20?
Yeah, not even kidding you. 9
Okay,
more
cool.
damage.
Wait, how much damage did the first one do?
So a total of 17 or 15 damage.
Dang. Okay. Ow. He's hurting. Well, no, he's not hurting. He's actually kind of okay, but he's hurt.
I'll give Briff one of my healing draughts as a bonus action too, since everyone can drink 1 a day.
Okay. That heals him for how much?
8 damage healing Briff. Now, can I have my amulet, please? Or just give me my goddamn bag of holding, because I'll know how to use it better than you. You can stuff things in, but you won't be able to pull anything out.
Yeah, fine then. I guess I can use a free hand now for my dagger.
Yeah.
My
you can
rusty,
hand him the-
bloody dagger.
So can I get the bag of holding back from him and then start
Yeah,
rummaging?
that'd be fine. Yeah.
Takes an action to pull stuff out, but
Yeah. Okay. Briff, your turn. Run, Forrest, run.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you just start sprinting towards the gardens. Matthias. He kind of just like takes these 2 Eldritch Blast shots and just kind of grunts like, very well then. And he will cast haste on himself. And move to hide. Well, he'll just kind of move up the stairs out of sight. And that'll be it for Matthias for now. Darius, you're just unconscious. Devad is going to rush after Matthias and attack him twice and hit once. Dealing 11 points. Matthias has to make a concentration save. And he succeeds. Yeah, Darius, you're still unconscious. Okay. Yeah, 15 rounds later. Silmir, death save. Okay, Sebastian, your turn.
18.
all right. Can I see Samil? Can I make a oh shit. I gotta pull out my shit now. That's annoying. It takes an action too for sure, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure it does.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it's an action.
Yeah, that sounds right to me. Dovad on Garrick dead, right?
Garrick dead, yes.
Okay. Action, pull out healer's kit. Or can I just give him a healing draught as a bonus action? Pull it down his throat.
Yeah, that's sure.
Okay. 5 points of healing to you.
What?
And,
Yes, thank you.
and can I then no, that's my action. Okay, now. Reach into my bag and pull out. Seeing if there's anything in my bag. I'm gonna just pull out the pendant and like equip it. I guess. Can I do that at least? That's like a free action to equip stuff, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I got my pendant back on at least, which gives me advantage.
Your level
on
of
things.
exhaustion's gone.
Perfect.
Okay. Briff, run like the wind, bullseye. Okay. He's just like hoofing it. Just get to the chopper. Okay. Matthias would turn and see that currently Silmir and Sebastian are right next to each other. And now it's his turn, fools, and he casts sleep.
That's okay. Dovad's gonna beat the shit out of him.
Even if he rolls once, it's impossible for him not to knock both of them out. One of them has 5 and one of them has 2. That's 9, 16, 23, 22, 30. No, I mean 28. 28 points.
28 points.
God, if I had rolled that much, things would have been
Yeah, I
different.
know, right? Okay, so he sleeps both of you, and then Devad has way more hit points than that, so Devad's fine. So you two both collapse and fall asleep. And then he will, because he can make 2 actions on a turn, because of haste, he'll disengage and run past Devad and down into the lobby towards Barith. Okay, and that'll be it for Matthias. He intends to leave you all in this burning building. Darius, you're knocked out still. Devad is going to run after him and attack him twice. Both of which miss terribly. Barith, he's running right at you.
I'm giving Devad my inspiration to roll again.
Oh, okay, Devad, roll again. And that time he definitely hits. It's like a 23.
And I'm giving my inspiration on his previous attack that also missed.
Okay. And that's another
I
23. I kid you not. So that's 10 points. 11 points, so 22 points of damage. Ouch. Matthias ain't looking so good now.
Also concentration, if I recall.
I made him roll both times. He succeeded. Okay. Dovad, Silmir, you're asleep. Sebastian, you're asleep. Briff, he's running after you.
Sick him, Briff. It's your turn. It's your time to shine.
How close am I to being able to get away from this place?
He won't get to you next turn. But the turn after that probably.
So he's moving faster than me.
Yeah. But also he has Devad on his tail, so maybe Devad will knock him out before he even gets to you.
I'm gonna continue to book it.
Okay. You continue running.
Yeah.
Matthias. Yeah, he made all of his con saves for haste. Yeah, I've been making him make them. Matthias will just kind of huff in frustration as you keep running. He was trying to bait you to turn back. And he'll turn and look at Devad, and he's going to make an attempt to get Devad not to kill him and cast suggestion. And that requires a wisdom save, I believe. The likes of which Devad fails horribly. That's a 2 on the die.
Wait, is this Crown of Madness?
No, suggestion. Oh, suggestion is concentration 2. Ugh, fine.
Correct.
Is charm person concentration? It is not. Okay, use his charm person then. So he views him as a friend. Okay, and Devad just kind of like steps away.
Sorry, I dropped.
No, you're fine.
I have an inspiration. I'll give it to Devad.
You guys, come on! All this inspiration passing is too much, and he succeeds.
Yes.
Okay. Matthias, what are you gonna do? He'll misty step to the top of the stairs and then run 30 feet back into his study.
Devad, scum boy.
Devad's like the only member of you guys standing. He's gonna run over. So Darius, you're unconscious. Devad, he's gonna run over to Silmir and Britt and Sebastian, try and wake you guys up. Okay, you just feel slapped on the side of your face. Roll me wisdom saves.
4.
17.
Okay, Sebastian, you wake up. Silmir, you're just like, just 5 more minutes.
Oh God.
Okay. Sebastian. Okay, so Silmir's still asleep. Sebastian, you're awake now. What do you do?
Do I see this Matthias son of a bitch?
You know, you don't. You don't even know where he is. Devad hasn't told you anything. He's still trying to wake up Silmir.
Where did he go?
Where did he go? He turns around and points up to the top of the stairs.
And like he's all teleporting around and shit, so I don't know. Clearly this guy wants to get away. Are we just I'm looking to Vod now. Are we leaving? It seems like a good time to go.
Devad just shrugs as he's trying to wake up Silmir. Your choice.
I slapped Silmir in the face for 1 damage, and when Silmir takes 1 damage, he automatically wakes up.
Okay, Silmir, you're awake.
You're muted.
Actually, it's an instant crit because he's asleep, so do 2 points of damage.
Jesus.
Yeah, you do 1 point of damage to Silmir and wake him up.
As soon as I wake up, I say, did you get him? Where's the Magicka?
No, he's a fucking prick.
Devad points him to the top of the stairs.
He controls the Chimera on the borders of the lands. We have no chance of getting out of here alive if he lives.
Deep sigh, and just like, all right. I mean, we've come this far. If I'm gonna die here, then so be it. And then I'll start like reluctantly huffing it up the stairs with no fucking HP.
Yeah, just kind of meta here. Can we like lick our wounds first and like?
Oh no, we can't lick our wounds at all. This is our
the unholy trio going up to try and deal with Matthias. I like it. Okay.
I'm trying to see if I have.
Because you also have all of my stuff, including my magic sword.
Didn't you give us potions, Ty, or did you only give one person potions?
You guys have the 1 potion to give somebody full health.
Okay.
Remember?
Whoa!
Well, that's in my bag.
You have a potion
full
health?
I'm taking that out and giving it to who's the most useful here? I feel like Dovad is. No, but Dovad's not hurt. Here, Samil.
It also regenerates limbs. Cures any physical ailment.
Like this is a pretty serious thing. You're just gonna hand it off.
I mean, we're gonna die if not.
He has a point. I'm just saying.
Samil, you promise to help get us out of this situation. Do you promise to save my friends?
I promise.
Then
it is my duty.
And then I hand you a vial, reaching into the bag.
Holy shit! I drank the vial.
You're giving the cameo character the full health vial. Okay.
You are back to full health.
Just because of how hard Tyler's trying not to let us kill this guy, I fucking want this mage to die more than anything in the world.
So Silmir, oh my goodness, okay. So I rolled on your lingering injuries, and you got a 1. You were actually literally missing an eye from this axe blow to the side of your head. You feel your body regenerate, the eye just like form, the face come back to normal space, like all your wounds just seal. You are back to full health. You have no lingering injuries, and yeah, you're ready to go.
I kind of brush myself off, and I go,
"Now get him!"
Whoa! And I dash.
Okay.
I assume Devad's with me.
Devad will be right behind you on his turn. You make it up to the top of the stairs. Matthias is waiting though, however, and he's going to hit you with a witch bolt.
Bring it on, asshole.
Okay.
Careful.
So his witch bolt does 12 points of damage to you.
Whatever. Oh, I'll use 20 dodge on that.
What?
If he sees an attack, he can reduce it by half.
Yeah, so you can take 6 then. And his eyes just widen as you're like full health again. He's like, all right, Silmir, it's your turn though. I mean,
Oh, do I make it to him?
Yeah, if you dash, you make it up the top of the stairs with your bonus action.
Okay, then I'm gonna swing at him.
Okay, go ahead.
With my rapier. I don't have sneak attack, but I'll. Oh yeah, I don't have sneak attack, but I'll attack him.
Okay.
That is going to be a 16 to hit.
And he will use shield to make his AC 17.
No, that's fine.
You have one more attack, don't you? Oh no, you're a rogue. That's right.
I'm a rogue. I only have one attack.
Yeah, so you kind of like
there's a lot of damage when I have sneak attack on it.
yeah, he like influences your mind to make you think that he's standing in a different spot and you miss completely.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's his shield, and then Devad comes running up behind you, and Devad's gonna reach the top of the stairs, and he's not gonna be able to attack because he had a dash to keep up. Sebastian, I'm guessing you come running up too.
Yep, I'm gonna blast that bitch with a Eldritch Blast. Just like,
Okay, go
this
ahead.
ends now, and I hold up my hand that's beaten and bloodied and like greasy, and just fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts. Rolling a over 20 and a 14.
Okay, so his AC is still 17, so the 14 misses, but the over 20 will hit.
9 damage.
Ouchie. He's barely standing still. You see he's bleeding heavily.
I'll yell out to Samir, now finish this.
Matthias, he succeeds on his first con save, succeeds on his second, and his third he succeeds on 2. He's going to, in a last-ditch attempt to save himself. Actually, you know what? He's not going to be able to save himself. He is going to point his hand at the ground and cast Fireball. Dex saves from everybody.
Hey, now Eldritch Blast has a pretty decent range on it.
I thought I heard you say you ran up.
I guess, yeah.
16.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you, whatever. I don't even care.
No, I'll say you could stop at the base of the stairs. He'd be standing at the top, so you could see him.
No,
So it's
I want it.
You want it?
Give
You
it
want
to me.
Okay. Well, Devad fails.
I failed.
Roll a 20 on your 6. Or, yeah, roll a 20 on your 6. Yeah, that makes sense. Roll a 20 on your dex save, please.
Nope.
Okay. Everybody who failed will take 30 points of damage. Everyone who succeeded takes 15.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
I'm assuming I don't have to because I've been booking it.
No, you don't have to.
All right.
Actually, I believe you have evasion, dude. I don't think you take any
No,
damage. No,
evasion
that's level
is level
7.
7.
Level 7, never mind.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
uncanny dodge that though for sure, as long as you haven't used your reaction. But have you already
No, I
used your
haven't.
reaction? Okay.
Okay, he blows himself up into oblivion.
I almost perma-die from that.
Really?
Yeah. I was only at like 4 HP, and then you just blasted me for 30, whatever.
To your horror,
It's only 7 damage.
Silmir, you see that the study is now on fire, and the important documents are burning.
Fuck! That was my one job.
Information was less priority than us.
One of my 8 jobs.
I got bad news. I rolled a 2 on the lingering injury chart.
But
You
does that
lose
lose a
an
limb?
arm.
I lose a hand or an arm.
Oh shit, man.
Burned right off.
Actually, wait. Yeah, lose a hand or an arm. Yeah.
So, Silmir, it's currently burning. It's not burnt. You might be able to salvage something.
Is Devad up?
Barely.
I say, Devad, save your friend. And I rush into the room and start frantically trying to save as much as I possibly can.
So, roll me a perception check.
You can do that. I'm pretty good at perception. That's 15 plus 7.
Okay, so here's what you find. You find, this is the most important thing you find. You find a map of Aronoth showing movements of Reclamation soldiers, showing that they are moving their troops towards the Convoker outpost in Krieg as their next target.
Oh god, let me write that down.
We lived.
Dude, I thought that was TPK for sure. Map of Aronoth, and they're moving on Krieg.
Yeah, so they're moving on Invoke Your Outpost in Krieg. Next thing you would find was a set of correspondence, like letters that are detailed to somebody with the initials EE, and it's talking about troop movements in Talmor, in Whitespire specifically.
In Talmor, Whitespire.
You would also find a letter detailing the arrival of somebody known as the Pale Hunter, who was supposed to be arriving tonight, actually. And then you find a ledger detailing the shipments of Stone Rift weaponry to the Reclaimers.
Awesome.
And then
I like pat the flames out on everything I can and like stuff them in my leather jacket.
Oh, and here's how much fire damage you're going to take from being in this room. 8 points.
That's fine. No problem.
You got the perfect healing potion. You're good.
I'm fine.
Hey, yeah, you dash back out of the room. Devad's carrying Sebastian down the stairs. You run towards the area that you know that Briff has gone with Darius. There's like a little kind of, like not necessarily a barn, but like an equipment area, like an equipment shed. That you told them to go towards. That there's a carriage in there with horses.
On my way out, I dip my rapier into the dead body of Krieg, Garrick.
Yeah.
And quickly whip out on the ground in his blood a symbol of the Ebon Eye in the center of that huge circular room.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's like a big black eye, basically, the center of which is dripping blood. And as you kind of basically stylize this in the center of the room, the mansion's burning around you. You hear the shouts of several guards as they come in through the front door, and they look at you in surprise as you turn back and look at them, leaving this mark on the ground and running after your allies. You guys make it to the carriage. You start heading out into the night. The Chimera does not come as the person controlling it has been dealt with. As you ride out of Kradik towards Whitespire, your 6-horse wagon basically quickly outpaces any attempts that the rest of them make. The rest of these soldiers make, these guards, to keep up with you, and you sail off into the night, moving quickly. We move back to a burning mansion as you guys disappear into the forest. The guards are quickly trying to put it out, shouting for Garrick or Matthias. And you see a carriage, a single horse ride up, upon which is a pale white orc who hops down onto the ground and walks towards the mansion looking at it. One of the guards runs up and is like, Kalosh, sir, it seems that we have, and he just turns and just grabs him by the throat and slams him against the burning building. One of these burning pillars, scorching the back of this guy's head, who starts to like writhe in pain, trying to get free. If you tell me that they got free, I will kill you. And the guard is just like trying to decide whether or not to tell the truth or to try and lie to save his own skin. And Kalosh just screams in anger and hurls this guy through the front door into the burning building, and he shuts the door behind him, tying it shut with just a loose piece of belt that he's carrying at his waist. You hear pounding on the inside of the door, this man just trying to get out as he basically burns alive. And he turns to the rest of the guardsmen. I want our best trackers following them now. And the guards just stare at him and at the pounding doors that slowly stop to be, knocked on from the inside as this man dies. Now! And they all turn scrambling, getting on horses and riding off after you to try and get your trail. Kalash turns back to the building that's burning, and we zoom in on his face as he watches the building just burn. And a smile slowly comes across it. What a satisfying hunt. And he turns and climbs back onto his horse and starts riding off after you. We go back to you guys as you exit out of the forest, riding pell-mell towards Whitespire. What is your guys' plan?
Well, the original.
I know my plan personally is to just get one good night's sleep.
I'll take that.
Just one.
But the original plan, right, was to get to Kradik to talk to Vasher and deal with this. We're trying to go to the Whitespire, right?
Yes, you are.
Did
What
we?
can Bash? If Barakel wasn't. Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
you got it.
I was just gonna ask. Wasn't Basher gonna smuggle us in or something?
Yeah, but that didn't pan out.
He got captured and is probably dead.
My personal plan was to avoid detection and not kill anybody.
Success. Report back with an astounding success. So in dealing with what we dealt with, I'm assuming that we didn't successfully open a path to Whitespire.
Not quite.
No. All right. Well, and we can't find the Bog Queen until we get to Whitespire.
Yeah, because she's the ruler of Whitespire.
Okay. Well, guys, we tried real hard. I'm content living in this bog as an armless hobo for the rest of my life.
I can live with crawling through sewers if we go where we need to go.
Yeah, Ty, can you remind us of the plans B and C, or are we too past that now? I know there was go through the mountain or go through.
There was you could have gone in. You were trying to go to Whitespire because you wanted to help the Talmor guard who were still mounting a resistance there. You could go all the way to the north and try and pass through Krieg, the Convoker outpost in Krieg. You could go underground through the burrows and try and come back up on the other side.
And the other side is what?
The other side is just beyond. They've got a defensive line all the way around any access to Viator by the ground.
Okay. But what you're basically saying is we did fail to get to Whitespire path now, or
no? I mean, you guys could find another way to get in. You guys could just try and fake them out and just be like, "Oh yeah, we're immigrants."
That's Samir, who he answers to.
I work for Osmond and the Ebon Eye. They were only able to get me a very short message. I was stationed in the town posing as a refugee for years.
Is there any way we can get word to Talmor?
Not that I know of, unfortunately. My only mission, it was very short, the message that I received. I was only to get you guys out of there alive, out of the prison, and that's all the information I have, all the orders I was given.
You could always await another message and then respond back, because you got to respond when they send you a sending. So you could always wait if that's what you wanted.
We definitely need to rest. So let's find a safe place to do that. Do we even feel comfortable resting? Like this Pale Hunter guy is
I'm
He's
sure
kind of an asshole.
I'm sure that maybe do you think you'd have something set up, Samir, in just this situation, like a hideout?
I think that would be definitely possible.
Okay.
Especially with the Ebon Eye, maybe there's different sort of outposts for people to lay low after they've done a mission.
Yeah. So you could definitely, I think, just send the horses to keep going, and then just hop off and try and get to one of these hideouts. That would work.
I have a hideout in the forest. Let us send the horses to keep going, to throw them off our trail, and find this mysterious place where we can rest.
I just realized that I'm probably unconscious through this, so I don't even know how I'm
Yeah,
talking to you.
you're probably unconscious. I would assume so.
Darius is still knocked out.
Yeah, we're all unconscious except Briff, so retcon
Yeah.
everything I said.
So,
Don't
Perfect
have to wake.
divide.
Don't have to wake.
so apparently it was just me saying this whole thing while I'm just quietly sitting here.
So,
Yeah,
I feel
you guys
great,
can hop
guys.
off.
I got my eye back.
so Fulgrim, Darius, Sebastian.
Yeah,
Three
you
out of
guys could-
6.
You guys could hop off,
Yeah.
send the horses off, and then carry your wounded allies to this hideout. Go ahead and describe this hideout to me, Samir.
So I imagine this very much like a small cabin in the woods type thing. And it's one of those things that it might be like sort of covered up by tarps or something. And so there's like a secret path to get there. And when we sort of turn around a bend or get to this clearing, he kind of grabs onto a tarp and starts pulling down tarps off of the cabin. And it's just, I mean, it's one floor. It's got a couple mattresses, very much like a sort of a yurt type deal. And it's got like some reserves of food and fresh water in there, but there's no one in there. It's just these like small outposts that exist sort of scattered throughout, that the Ebon Eye has set up for people to lay low if they need to.
Yeah, so you guys like step in. It doesn't look like it's been recently used. There are all these like nasty dried food packets, like army rations and crap, like inside of here, like it gets you constipated for weeks. Just like loaded up on these shelves. There's like a small brook just kind of off to the side that you can get natural water from, and you guys kind of just carry your wounded allies in and put them on mattresses and just post up. You rearrange the branches and like the tarps and cover it up with like all these leathers and stuff. So it's like really hard to see. And you guys basically just bed down, just waiting it out essentially. I'm going to make 2 rolls. And nothing eventful happens. You guys are able to lay low for a while, get your breath basically. And in the meantime, we zoom back in on Kradik as guardsmen tear through the city, trying to get a hold of anybody who might know anything. You see them torturing, without discrepancy, men, woman, child, everybody. As this fish slips through their fingers again. We are going to end the session there. And thanks for playing. This was definitely more of a, it turned into a very combat-heavy session. I thought it was going to turn into like a lot of like cat and mouse, but I guess not.
You wish, baby.
Yeah, Sebastian's always looking for a fight. So let's go ahead and do outros. Go ahead, Alex, and we'll end with Michael.
I'm Alex Brady. It was fantastic to get a chance to play with these guys. Thank you so much, Tyler, for inviting me in for the cameo. I really thought we were all going to die there, which would have been epic, but surviving was also pretty epic. So fantastic game. Yeah, just thanks for giving me the opportunity. Thanks for the great role play.
Yeah, for sure, man. Going on to Alex's friend, Chris.
Hey, it's Alex's friend here, the neighborhood destroyer of DM Prep, the instigator of TPK combat, the one and only cameo super potion giver, Sebastian Williker. Good session, Ty. Sorry, guys. I feel genuinely bad that was borderline my fault. We almost died, but you guys got to know now to get a grip on Sebastian before he has time to talk. Anyways, it's fine. I'll pass it on.
I literally had this planned in my mind. You guys would like, dodge the guards, like come up with some clever way to like get them to like leave the room, get your equitment.
Sebastian He has one character thing. He wants to protect his friends. You're cutting his friend's fingers off. He's screaming bloody murder. Sebastian has to go protect his friend.
I know, man, but I've got in my mind, sneak your way up, deal with Matthias quietly, and then come back down and deal with Garrick, and then it's okay. I shouldn't plan like that, but anyway, it was fun. Going on to Chris, Alex is not friend.
Yes, I'm not the friend of anybody here. I am playing, as always, Darius Stonebone, the gruff and tumble, rough around the edges vet soldier who always seems to go down despite being the self-proclaimed tank of the group. I think it's due to the fact that he's not wearing armor half the time. Yeah, it was a blast, as always, and passing it over to Michael.
I'm Michael. I was playing Briff Shig, who's Briff Shig the Nine-Fingered now. I had a lot of fun there. It was definitely interesting, you could say, watching as these guys horribly attempt to rescue of me and my torture, and trying to figure out what information I do or don't give. Thankfully, it really doesn't matter. I do have that on my conscience that I did give some information and almost gave more. But you don't know that, and I'm okay with that. So, a lot of fun as always. We'll have to try to get this next session to be a bit quicker than this one. Shorten down that wait time a little bit. I think a lot. Maybe a month or two. Yeah, if we could shorten it by that, that'd be good.
All right, guys. I'll see you in a year. Anyways, thanks for playing, guys. This was Lionel couldn't make it tonight, so we had to come with a filler session. But anyways, it was great having Alex on. We'll have to have him on next time though too, because they still need his help in getting to Whitespire.
Yeah, I want my super potion worth out to you, okay? You owe me now.
Yeah, you better die for him now, because he saved your life. So yeah, thanks for playing, guys. And as always, hope you find yourselves in your games.